They say the monastery still whispers. Even defiled, even rotting, its walls still murmur prayers, warped by the warp. And now, two monsters return to its grounds. Ahriman, eyes glowing with forbidden truths, and Typhus, dripping pestilence with every step. What do they hear in the stones? Secrets, lies, or the screaming saints? The Thousand Sons come for knowledge, Death Guard for desecration. But the monastery does not sleep. It remembers what it was, and it will feed on whatever remains. Let's go to war. Hello everyone, welcome to Daily Dice. I'm Sam, and today I'm with the main man himself, Big Ricardo.
Hello.
How's it going?
Hello, Sam.
All right, mate, how's it going?
I'm good, happy, warm.
Yeah, it is warm. It isn't even a that warm day, but it's just boiling in this room, isn't it?
Mate, this house is...
It's like a sauna, isn't it?
It is.
But we've got a very, very special one for you today. So recently I've hit 3,000 subscribers, which I'm absolutely buzzing about, so thanks to everyone for subscribing. I can't believe 3,000 people want to watch me roll dice with my mates, so I'm very happy. So today I'm doing a 3,000 point game. I was saying to Richard off cam, this is actually my first 3,000 point game I've ever had, because I've always just done like 2,000s, 1,000s, 1,500s, things like that. So I'm really interested to see how this goes. I said to you I want to be done for 4 o'clock and you started laughing, so...
You've got no chance.
Yeah.
A little behind the scenes info for you all. Sam's movement phases are psychological warfare on his opponent. So
Yeah,
you don't see that.
And it's going to be even worse today with Thousand Sons as well, because it's the first time he's playing the brand new Codex.
Yes, so we've got a lot of stuff to remember, haven't we?
Yeah, there's a lot of things in this Codex where I need to be in range with certain powers. I need to, for example, for the Predator, I need to have hit an enemy vehicle or monster with a psychic weapon.
Yeah.
So the Predator gets its bonuses. So I need to remember, like...
I've got the same with, like, I've got to afflict something first before another unit will get its bonus against afflicted, and if you do it in the wrong order, then you don't get the maximum output out of your army, which, you know, you're wasting your time, aren't you? Wasting your units.
So you're telling me you don't think we'll be done for 4 o'clock?
Not a chance.
We'll keep you updated on that throughout the game. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one. I'm playing the Thousand Sons, as you can probably guessed. New Codex. I'll go over more detail in the list what I'm running, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to trying this one out. You're using the Death Guard.
I'm using the Death Guard. I love the new Death Guard Codex. This is before any points or rules have been altered for them. So there's some units that I think I haven't got like an optimized list. I've just got what my models are, but there are certain units that seem to be really good for their points. A Malignant Plaguecaster is a standout. Death Shroud Terminators are a standout for what they do for their points. But synergy-wise and sandbox-wise, the Death Guard Codex is unbelievable. I don't know anything at all about the Thousand Sons Codex, whether they've done something just as good with that Codex to make it.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Thousand Sons Codex is really strong. The problem with the Thousand Sons for me is they've always been very mono build. So the Index made the Thousand Sons, you build the same list, you saw the same list every time. The worry for me is there's only realistically 2 detachments in the Thousand Sun one I'm running today, which is the Rubricae Phalanx, and then there's the Index one, which was the Cult of Magic. I think they changed the name of it, but
isn't that pants?
No, it's the Index. You might be thinking of the Grotmas one. Yeah, we tried that, didn't we? Yeah, it was not great, but there's 2 detachments, and I can see myself being very mono build with. I'll probably always run the Rubricae Phalanx. Obviously on the channel I'll mix it up, but. It's very mono build built around Rubricae units, so I think you might end up slipping into that. Obviously they don't have a massive range anyway.
That's the issue, isn't it?
Yeah,
the model range.
Yeah.
Death Guard's a little bit more fleshed out in it.
100%.
I feel that's also the issue with the World Eater Codex as well, is that the model range isn't fleshed out. It's like GW were like blue balling us on like we know you've got more units ready and made. You know that I know there's probably files on their computers of like other units that they've made, and they just hold them back for future releases because of their business and they need stuff for later releases. But you can tell, can't you, when you I was kicking off about there not being a corn lord on foot.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
proper weird stuff like that.
This is a video
strange.
for a whole other day. We could go on an absolute rant, but it's but to your original question, I like the Codex. I think it has some really nice synergy, some really nice buffs that you can put on the army.
It seems
hopefully,
that way.
Yeah, I'll be able to show it off today because
it seems to be some good parallels with the Death Guard, which is good. So what you want, aren't they? They're all different gods, different trait legions, same but different, aren't they? So
yeah. Same but different.
We need to see. Basically, this game is basically going to go off who sort of uses their whoever uses their combos the best.
Yeah, exactly. So before we start, I just want to do a big shout out to the members. As always, we've got 19. There you all are, you absolute legends. I love, and I really do love, every single one of you with all my heart, because it really does help out the channel, that money coming in every month, so helps me add new units to the armies and things like that. So thank you very much, appreciate you all. And if you want to become a member, just click the join button down below, and I'll also leave a link in the description as well. Also, we've got a Discord now. I'll leave that in the description. Check the Discord out. Also, check out Rogue Miniatures. They're painted up a few of these Thousand Sons models in this army for me. They're a commission company in the UK. Check them out. They're going to be doing some other stuff as well. So if you join the Discord, I'll show off that as they paint it, which is going to be some witches for my Drakari. And I think that's everything. So before we start, check out this video I made for Rogue Miniatures, and please don't skip it. So I just want to talk a little bit about Rogue Miniatures, which is a UK-based commission company. They've recently painted up a Demon Prince for my Thousand Sons, and I've had such a positive experience with them. Rogue Miniatures are a high-end commission company, box art style, and not really a company you'd use just to get a unit on the table for a tournament, to do, the free standard base colours. These are a type of company you'd use if you really take pride in your army and really want to see them beautiful models on the table. They can either paint a model for you or a full army from scratch. Also an existing model for a current army like they have with my prints. You can also buy fully painted miniatures off their website, and they customise their miniatures to suit your needs. You get regular updates of your commission. Their turnaround time is typically around 3 months depending on the size of the project. Drop them a message and you can get yourself a free quote. When you start your commission, you get regular updates. So I was getting messages off Steve all the time with my picture of the Demon Prince, getting me really excited to receive it. So after receiving my first commission, I'm really excited to get more commissions booked in with Steve and his team. And I'll be keeping you guys updated on the commissions I do receive off Rogue Miniatures. So I'll leave a link to all their socials down below in the description. Drop them a message and get a free quote and you won't be disappointed. So here we have 3,000 points of Thousand Sons. I'm really excited to deep dive into this new codex. So I'll go over the army rule, the detachment, and the army. So the army rule is Kabbalah Sorcerers. So you get 4 psychic powers throughout your army. And at the beginning of the shooting phase, basically you get a psychic phase back. You can cast these powers. Each power has a warp charge value, and you have to roll higher than the warp charge value on 2 dice. You can channel a warp if you want. So after you've rolled the 2 dice, you can roll an extra dice, but you run the risk of doing mortal wounds to your unit if you roll any doubles or triples. So you can attempt these powers as many times as you want, but then as soon as they go off, you can only actually cast them once per battle round. So like I say, 4 magic powers, yeah? So one of them, reroll hit rolls a 1 against enemy unit. If you do the boosted version on a 10+, it's reroll all hit rolls. Then you have move D6. The boosted version is move 6. Then you've got mortal wounds, so D3 mortal wounds. Boosted version is D3 plus 3 mortal wounds. And then you've got a pip of AP. The boosted version is an extra 2 AP. So some really good powers. I'm hoping that I can use them to my strengths this game. So the detachment is Rubricae Phalanx. It's my favourite one. I think basically the Rubricae units, which is Rubric Marines and the Terminators, get the old all is dust rule. So any damage 1 weapon shoot them, they get an extra +1 to the save. So Terminators could have a 1-up save against damage 1 weapons, and if they're in cover, you can sort of stack them, so they can have a really good chance of surviving. There's some really nice strats as well throughout the army. You've got like -1 to damage rubrics in the shooting. You've got -1 to wound rubrics in the combat. Then you've got assault weapons for your rubric I units, so your Terminators and your rubrics. You've got, if one of your Psyker units, Psyker models die, a rubric I unit can shoot back at the unit that killed the sorcery model, the Psyker model. And they have to be within 6 inch, but the rubric in the Terminator leaders have the Psyker keyword, so if I just kill one of them, then I can just shoot straight back at the enemy unit. For 1 CP, that's really strong if it's the right enemy unit. Then you've got things like you can make all your bolters psychic, which is really good. I'll get to that when I go through the army. And I can't remember what the last one is, but yes. Oh, you can fall back, shoot, and charge, which is really good. Which is really good for the Terminators. And to be fair, with the rubrics, if you want to get some shots off. So they're all your strats. I'll go through the army. Let's do it. So we'll start with the not so main man, the chapter master of the Thousand Sons, Azek Ahriman. Azek Ahriman, I just don't think they've ever really got him right in the Thousand Sun Codex. He's meant to be an absolute menace, and his psychic abilities are meant to be pretty much unmatched. But his psychic ability in this game is very average. His psychic shooting's pretty average. To be honest, I had 100 points left over, so that's why I brought him. But he does have a pretty cool rule where you can redeploy 3 units before you roll off the first turn, basically. So after you finish deploying. I do really like that because I'll get to why I like it. But yeah, you can sort of outmaneuver your opponent before the game starts. He also gets +1 to his psychic powers, so when he's doing that Cabala Sorcerers, he gets +1 to it, which is pretty nice. He's going to be joining a unit of 5 Flamers. Sadly, he doesn't give him that +1 to wound anymore, but yeah, he's just going to be joining them because, like I said, I had 100 points left over and I needed to attach him to someone. Weirdly, you can actually go with Zangors and Discs now, but I've got another job for them lads. So Ahriman in 5 rubrics for Flamers. Then I guess I'll just go through all the characters and I'll tell you a bit about what they do and what the rubrics do as well. So next up we have the Infernal Master. He's going to be joining 10 rubrics with bolters and 1 with a Soul Reaper. I've give him the enhancement. I can't remember its name, but basically I can make either 2 battle line units and give them, what's it called, where you start in the middle of the battlefield. I can't remember the name of it. Basically, you can start 2 battle line units anywhere on the board, 9 inches away from your enemy's enemy deployment zone, or 1 rubric I unit, which would be Terminators. I'm going to do 2 battle line units, which is my Infiltrate, it's called, by the way, which is going to be Ahriman's unit with these Flamers and another unit of Flamers, 5 Flamers over here. So I could sort of screen out Richard's Infiltrators as well and do some damage with them. And stacked on with Ahriman's redeploying stuff, I can screen out Richard's Infiltrators, then I can sort of pull them back a little bit. I'll probably shot Ahriman back on the home objective because I need something to hold that. And I might leave the other Flamer unit out in the open to sort of get that mid-game secondaries, things like that. He still gives his unit sustained its 1, which is really nice. And he also gets to the same thing that he had, where you can change your hit roll, wound roll to a 6 or a save roll. They're going to be starting in a Rhino. So rubrics, let's tell you a little bit about them because these are amazing. So they've obviously they're affected by the detachment rule, so +1 to save against damage 1 weapons. They all their bolters in the Soul Reaper now have got an extra pip of AP, so they're AP2 now, all them. Obviously, they've got a Psyker in there, so he can try and cast these powers, and he also has his Smite, which has been buffed, and he's also got an extra wound now, so 3 wounds. In the Smite, is basically 3 attacks now instead of 2. They reroll hit rolls, wound rolls of 1 against enemy targets, and if the enemy target's on an objective, reroll all wound rolls. And with their icon that they've got, they ignore cover. So AP2 on most of the guns, ignoring cover can be so deadly. So I'm really loving rubrics at the minute. These are probably my favourite unit in the Codex, and I love the rubrics anyway. That's the main reason I collect Thousand Suns. So these are going to be driving around in a Rhino. The Rhino, if that's hit a unit, then the unit that jumps out, any psychic weapons can get +1 to the hit and wound roll. So you've got the Infernal Master's Big Nasty Flamer, can reroll 1s in his wound roll. And you've got the Sorcerer's Smite. But, like I said earlier, I've got a stratagem, where I can make all their bolters psychic. So all the bolters now could be +1 to hit and +1 to wound. With all the rerolls to potentially hit and wound, you can dish out just so much damage with these, and with the sustained it's 1 from the Infernal Master. These are just top tier, I think. So compared to the World Eaters Berserkers, it really is night and day with these. So them lads riding around in a Rhino. Then we have another unit of rubrics. These are going to be with a Exalted Sorcerer and Disc. So they're kitted out exactly the same as the other unit of rubrics. The Exalted Sorcerer and Disc gives them, basically you can't target this unit if you're outside of 18, which is really nice. He also, if he hits someone with his Flamer, they -2 to the move and charge rolls. So that's really nice as well. Again, these lads are going to be riding around in another Rhino, this one over here. So same ability, the Rhinos have the Inferno Bolters and a Havoc Launcher. Then we have another unit of rubrics. So what other enhancements have I used? Nothing for now, I don't think. So another unit of rubrics, same loadout, getting led by an Exalted Sorcerer on foot. So the Exalted Sorcerer on foot gives them a 4 invulnerable save, and he also can heal them in the command phase. So he can bring, on a 2+, he brings 1 back. On a 6, he brings 2 back. On a 1, he can injure his own unit. So that's the punishment for playing with a warp. Like I said earlier, I can actually, if I kill the Psyker Sergeant in the rubric unit, I can shoot the enemy back. Then in the command phase, I can bring the Sergeant back and then just keep repeating that. So it's very risky to be shooting this unit. And these are going to be starting on the battlefield. Then, like I said, I've got another unit of Flamers with Infiltrate. So these are just going to be right in the middle of the board, hopefully screening out. Then we've got a Demon Prince. He gets the lone operative ability if he's within 3 inches of an infantry unit, which I'm going to basically be putting him next to that Exalted Sorcerer on foot unit. Also, if an infantry unit gets targeted that's within 6 inches of the Demon Prince, they get stealth, so -1 to hit. And I didn't really think this ability would come into play, but basically, if a friendly Psyker model dies within 6 inches of him, I think it is, then he gets +1 to casting his powers. So if I'm healing this Psyker model all game, it's to a maximum of 2+, but he should potentially have, 2+ if Richard targets that unit to his psychic powers. So that's really good if I'm really trying to get them boosted powers off. Demon Prince still punches like a truck. Well, not so much against vehicles, but anything with high toughness. But lower toughness in the elite units. He should be able to tear through, hopefully, some Death Guard Terminators. Then we have a Predator. So Predator, it's got its 4 las cannons. This, basically, if I hit an enemy unit with a psychic attack, that's including Doombolt, then it can reroll it can reroll all its hit rolls and its damage rolls. The las cannons on top of twin linked anyway, so they're rerolling wound rolls. So you can sort of just get that extra power off, the extra damage off with that. That's basically the Predator. Then we have a Hellbrute with las cannons and a fist, and the flamer in the fist. He's pretty rubbish still. If he hits someone, they take a battle shock test. And that's with his las cannon, which is only one shot. So that's the Hellbrute, but I needed to fill up my points. So he's fairly cheap, and he does punch. He moves a lot faster than he did as well. He doesn't move 60 miles, he moves 8, so he's quite nippy. So see how the Hellbrute gets on. He has a 2+ save as well, so he's pretty tanky. Then we'll go up to the Terminators. So these are rubricized. These get affected by most of the stratagems in the detachment ability. So 2 units of 10, one getting led by a Terminator Lord. So the Terminator Lord has, if they shoot a unit and hit it, then all my units get +1 to hit against that unit. So basically a unit he hits, I'm not explaining this properly here, but a unit he hits, then I can pick a unit and all my army gets +1 to hit against that unit. Sorry if I'm being confusing. I just have all these rules in my head that I'm trying to remember. So my army all gets +1 to hit against that, which is really cool. It's sad that these don't benefit from that because it's after they've shot, but I'll give him the enhancement to give his unit +1 to hit. So they're always +1 to hit their unit. He also gives them lethal hits as well, which is nice against the higher tough stuff. So he's leading the unit of 10 Terminators. We've got 2 missile racks, 2 Soul Reapers, and a load of bolters in there. These get -1 to wound when enemy is shooting them all the time. So the weapons don't have to be stronger or whatever, or it's basically just -1 to wound all the time, which I absolutely love. And they have to have a psych model in the unit though, so that sergeant needs to be alive, or my Terminator Lord. Then we have another unit of Terminators, no one leading them. These are just going to be a big brick, just march up the field and hopefully holding them objectives as they go. Then we will go to the mutated beasts. So these I've basically touched up all this army with my paintbrush. So I really wanted to feel like I was playing but just be excited about the army again. So I've repainted all my Zangors, and I've painted a Zangor Shaman on disc. I've always wanted one to sort of lead these units, so I've just painted them up recently, which was nice. A little palette cleanser from the World Eaters. So we've got 10 Zangors on foot. These have up Downy now. So at the end of Richard's turn, these can go up into reserves, come back down in my turn, which is nice. So these should be hopefully jumping around the board, scoring me secondaries. Then I have a Zangor Shaman, my new model, leading 6 Zangor Enlightened. So he gives them +1 to hit, because they're hitting on 4s, which is not great. So they're hitting on 3s now. These all have precision, so they can shoot characters. This might not be the greatest matchup for that, because Richard's characters are really strong, but they get 2 shots each, strength 5, -2, 2 damage, and they're getting lethals, so that's really good. I might be wrong here, but I think they ignore cover as well. I'll have to double check that, but so these can snipe characters great, just maybe not in this matchup, but we'll see. So we'll see how they got on. They have a reactive move where if an enemy unit moves within 9 inches, they can move D6 inches, which is pretty cool. Then last but not least is the Vortex Beast. This is pretty much unchanged, but still fantastic. So when it's finished moving, does mortal wounds to enemy units nearby, and it gives +1 to psychic powers if one of my units are within 6 inches, 3 inches, something like that. But he's got his fantastic shooty guns. He's good in combat. He's good at punching. So, yeah. Just to mention, the Vortex Beast and the Demon Prince are both painted by Rogue Miniatures. So check them out. They've done an absolute fantastic job of them, lads. So that's the army. I hope I didn't bore you all with that, but I tried going through it as fast as I can. 3,000 points. Let's see Richard's list. So here we have 3,000 points of Death Guard. Richard, I absolutely love this army, mate. Every time I see it, I kind of want a Death Guard army.
Thank you very much.
Let's go through it, mate. So army rule, detachment, all that?
Yeah, so I got my army rule of my Nurgle's Gift. That's the aura that emanates from all my Death Guard models. 3 inches on turn 1, 6 inches turn 2, 9 inches turn 3. If your model, your Thousand Sons, are touched by that aura, you're -1 toughness, plus an extra debuff that I get to pick. For this game, I'm going to pick the -1 to your armor save debuff. The reason why, I know, like, obviously, you get to pick once you see your opponent's army. So you could go with the -1 to hit, because obviously it counters a lot of, from what I can see, Thousand Sons abilities of putting hit buffs on stuff. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But I am taking the Grotmus detachment. I'm taking the Flyblown Host as my detachment. That's because I have basically an infantry army. So that gives all infantry scout 5 inches and stealth, but the stealth doesn't apply to the Pox. I don't think either applies to Poxwalkers actually now. I think they've got rid of both buffs off Poxwalkers for this detachment. It doesn't matter because Poxwalkers now have infiltrate anyway.
Yeah.
But I've got stealth and scout 5 inches on all my infantry in my army.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like it.
So that, in a way, is almost kind of like getting the -1 to hit plus the -1 armor save in a way.
Yeah.
And it benefits the majority of my army. It's got a few tricks when it comes to stratagems. You can get like pistol weapons in combat. Your weapons become pistol, should I say?
Yeah.
You can boost some toughness. It's okay. It's mainly like being aggressive with infantry. Do you know what I mean? Type of detachment.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm going with. That's why some of my models I've been painting literally this morning to try and get them ready for 3,000 points, because I've been always bolting on demons, haven't I, for the majority of the time. But I said for you for this game, I don't want even three units of Nurglings. I don't want it. I just want it all to be Death Guard units from the Death Guard Codex, and that's what it's got. It's 3,000 points on the dot. So that's army rule, detachment, and my reasoning.
Nice, I like it. So let's go through this army. So we'll try and keep this pretty slick. I know I took about 11 minutes doing my Thousand Sons one, but let's do our best. So we'll start with the right.
I'll go over the gist of things rather than like.
Yeah.
So I've got, because of the way the table's set up, and it'll be easier for you to film. Start on the right and work our way across. Let's
do it.
So the units you're looking at, we'll start off with my Lord Fest, who is now a Lord of Poxes. His model is the Heresy Praetor. He has got basically a rule where you can't shoot him unless you're within 18 inches of him, because all the smoke and stuff coming out of him, and he extends his contagion range, his Gift of Nurgle, out by 3 inches. Yeah. He's leading Plague Marines, who now, when they hit a unit, that unit becomes afflicted as if it was bit like they're within range of a contagion. That's what their Plague Marines now do. Much better rule.
Oh, I like that.
And then attached to that squad to make it a bit more punchy in combat is a Plague Surgeon. Plague Surgeons can return one Plague Marine model back to the unit I can't remember, probably in my command phase probably.
Yeah.
And he's just basically got the rule of, he's got critical hits on a 5 against units below starting strength, and then critical hits on a 4+ if you're below half. Which is like, picking on weakened people because he's a Plague Surgeon. Then behind the 10-man squad of Plague Marines, we've got a 5-man squad of Plague Marines. They're just going to camp an objective and shoot out from there and do a bit of Terminator deep strike blocking.
Yeah.
Then we've got 2 units of Spawn. They also get Scout. They've got Feel No Pain, and they can explode when they die. And when they're hitting combat, as you know, because you fought them with your World Eaters, they cause mortal wounds to you based on how many attacks you put into them.
Yeah.
So it's like essentially up to 6. So it's like rolling grenades back at your opponent if you Spawn get chopped up.
Yeah, that's cool.
Which is it's really, really good. You don't really want to fight them in combat because you could end up losing a few of your Space Marines doing it.
Yeah.
Even if the Spawn don't even attack, which is really cool. Then we're still on Plague Marines and units. So I've got another unit of Plague Marines. This is my Flamerbus squad. So they've got a Plague Spewer in the squad, and then they've got a Foul Blight Spawn and a Malignant Plague Caster leading the squad. Foul Blight Spawn can give you once per game fight first in combat, and he's got a cheeky flamethrower. Then you've got, and you can't end an advance move within 9 inches of a Foul Blight Spawn. That's a new rule to give him.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. But with 3,000 points, we're going to forget all this stuff. Let's face facts. But that is a cool extra rule he's got. It's really good at stopping, like advance and charge.
Yeah.
Because you can't be within 9 inches and do that. So
It's nice.
then the Malignant Plaguecaster, who is going to be getting a points increase anytime soon because he's far too good for his 60 points. He has Flamer attack, which also puts -1 movement. I think you've got a guy who's very similar in your army.
Yeah.
But he gets criticals on a 5 against afflicted units, which is in shooting and combat.
It's nasty that like.
So if you I've got it as a Flamer bust, but if you combine it with a combat character, you know what I mean? You're going to be getting criticals all over the shop.
Yeah.
So they're going to be sitting in a rhino. They're going to drive around in the Flamer bus, jump out and hopefully melt somebody, and then charge and be quite handy in combat with all those criticals that they're going to have on all of the weapons that they've got.
Nice.
Then, if you want to go behind that unit, is a drone. Drones can fall back, shoot, and charge. It's got 2 plague spewers. Just a nice little handy unit to buzz around and.
Yeah, I like it.
I've just bought another one actually.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, I know it's probably going to go up in points, but I'm going to make like a drone, but it's not going to be a flying drone. I'm going to put it like Spider Tank.
Oh, nice.
So it'll have the triple barrel blight launcher on it instead.
Yeah.
So instead of it like floating around, it's going to be like a little Spider Tank for the Death Guard instead. I think that'd be quite cool.
You don't fancy a mower?
A what?
With the big mower on the front?
No, I've never really fancied the more. I think it's a bit daft. I like the idea of them like trudging along with like a spider tank, like shooting cans of bees at people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Next unit alongside the Plague Marines is a unit of 5 Blight Lord Terminators led by a Lord of Contagion. These are a bit battle ready at the moment because I'm just working on them, try and get more so I can do the detachment Death Lord's Chosen more justice. That's a Terminator one. Mm-hmm. But Blight Lord Terminators have got a much better rule now that when they target a afflicted unit, they get +1 strength and +1 AP to their weapons.
Oh, nice.
Lords of Contagion give their unit lance and sustained hits in combat, and on death they get up on a 2+.
Oh, nice.
And I've got 3 Lords of Contagion. So there might be Lords of Contagion running around for the whole game being annoying.
Yeah, I don't like the sound of that, like.
Yeah, they're quite handy in combat. Behind that unit of Terminators is a...
Plague Burst Crawler.
God, the unit I can never... How long... I can never remember this stupid name. The Plague Burst Crawler. It's got entropy cannons for anti-tank, and it's got a mortar. Indirect fire, but they added a cool rule to it that basically whoever you hit and anyone within 3 inches have got hit by the mortar, you roll a dice, on a 6 you take D3 mortal wounds. If the units are afflicted, the mortal damage happens on a 5 up instead.
Oh, nice.
Which is quite cool.
Like it.
In the middle, we've got my Warlord, who has yet to be named. So I'm sorry, guys. I know people have been dropping comments of name suggestions and I'm liking them all, but I just haven't got round to sitting down and writing down his name yet. But he is a Lord of Virulence. Lords of Virulence pick at a unit within 30 inches, start the shooting phase, and I get to re-roll ones to hit that target, unless it's with a blast weapon and re-roll all hits. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He has and his unit gets to re-roll wounds when shooting.
Nice.
And again, he's leading 5 Blight Lord Terminators. They've got a Spewer, a Blight Launcher, a Reaper, and then combi weapons. He's got an enhancement called the Plague Veil. If he is in range of an objective marker that I control, you can't shoot his unit within 18 inches.
Okay, cool.
So I figured that combined quite well with him picking units to get shot.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
him not being able to get shot back at. There is a Land Raider behind them, and I'll be honest with you, I don't know what I'm doing with a Land Raider. See if it's got las cannons.
Mm-hmm. And it's points.
And it's points. But I don't know if anyone's actually going to go in it because obviously I've got the stealth and I've got the scout ability, and you don't get that if you're in a transport in this list.
Yeah.
I'm obviously going to have to make the Flamer bus because, I need to jump out and be like, whoa!
Yeah, exactly.
I might even put 5 Plague Marines in it, who knows? We'll see what happens. Yeah. But I've got a Land Raider just obviously there to shoot people and obviously not die.
Yeah.
Hopefully not die anyway. If we're going along the left, obviously there's a Rhino, which I've already mentioned. That's got a cool new rule of, similar to how your Rhinos have changed, the Death Guard Rhinos, they shoot a unit, that a disembarked unit can then get to re-roll hits against that said unit.
Oh, that's nice, that.
You combine that with the Plague Caster's ability to give you critical hits and stuff like that.
I like it.
Pretty spicy.
Yeah.
There's another unit of Blight Lord Terminators led by another Lord of Contagion. So watch out. And then to the left of them, I've got another Lord of Contagion. That's Damien the Lepromancer. He is named. He's leading 3. He's got an enhancement called Rejuvenating Swarm, which means if you don't, he restores all of his wounds at the end of any phase.
Ah, nice.
So, but he's leading 3 Death Shower Terminators. They'll give him Feel No Pain 4+ while he's in the unit, and they've got their super spicy rule that they can deep strike within 6 inches of a unit that is afflicted.
Nice, and they've got Feel No Pain 4+.
Only the character.
Ah, right, I was going to say
But they boosted the wounds of Death Shout to 4.
All right.
So Death Shout Terminators go, and all Terminators are toughness 7, and all Plague Marines are toughness 6 now. So the toughness 7 with 4 wounds each, and they give the character Feel No Pain just in case you try to snipe him. But it doesn't mean say like you completely batter all my Death Shout in one turn of combat, and then like you put like 10 wounds onto Damien at the end. I'll still get the Feel No Pain against them because it's in the same combat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then he might die. If he doesn't die, you'll get all his wounds back. If he does die, he might get up on 2+.
Yeah.
That's the idea anyway.
I like it.
Behind them is a Blight Hauler that's got Tank Hunter, so it gets +1 to hit, +1 to wound against monsters or vehicles.
Sweet.
Just a little handy bit of fire spot. Oh, actually, he's got a second use in this detachment. There's a stratagem where you can put the -1 to wound ability on a unit within 6 inches of that.
Oh, sick. In any unit, yeah?
Any infantry unit.
Oh, that's nice, that like.
Yeah. So just a reactionary -1 to wound. Or only against, your standard strength has to be higher stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is that the same for your Terminators?
No, it used to be in the index, but in the Codex it's just always
it's literally just -1 to wound all the time.
Yeah, so
all
they've
right.
got a little bit of a buff there.
Oh, poor lasguns from Cadians won't be like that, will they?
Nope.
Right. And then last up on the left flank, the man we all came here to see, the man with the bees.
Oh, he's terrifying.
He's got his bees, and he's even better in combat now. He's got more attacks. He's -1 to hit in combat, and he's leading 10 Poxwalkers.
Nice.
And what do Poxwalkers do? They infiltrate. That's what they do. The other rule is basically if they kill infantry, they restock Poxwalkers into the unit. So, like we said before, that guy's comment was mint, wasn't it, about how a Rubric Marine would become a Poxwalker. Remember him saying like the dust like settled into the ground, and then a Poxwalker would grow out of the ground. That was pretty cool. And I've got 3 units of Pox. 2 units of Poxwalkers will infiltrate because they can, and then the one that's with Typhus will not.
Yeah.
He's not very stealthy. Everyone can hear those bees a mile off, can't they?
That's it. So I tell you what, you've done this in good timing. We're under 11 minutes still, so that's always a bonus. But
in and out, baby.
In and out. I like it. Well, 30 more seconds will be at 11 minutes. So let's get into that battle, mate. So the cards have been drawn. Primary mission, again, taking hold, the same as last time, because I'm trying to keep these primary missions as easy as possible, especially with doing a 3,000 point game, especially with doing a brand new codex I haven't played before. And obviously we're not using the twists again this game. I will start using them just for a bit of thematics eventually, but just for now, because we're using the new codex and we're doing 3,000 points, taking hold, nice and easy. And to be honest, the primary missions actually aren't that different in this new mission pack. So even if I did show off a new one, I don't think it'd be massively game changing. Deployment, this is a new one. Tipping point, basically you've got an objective marker in each deployment zone, and then you've got 3 in no man's land. And it's sort of, you have these like long ways here, and then these little short deployment ways there. So I think that'll be pretty interesting. Taking hold, tipping point. So the battlefield is set with this demonic altar right in the middle. Pretty cool there. Thousand Suns at this side, the Death Guard at this side. All this terrain is from Gamemat.eu. I'll leave a 10% discount code in the description. All pre-painted as well, although I have done a few little touch-ups just to make it mine, but just like these little bits of blood coming out the eyes of this skull here. Thought it was pretty cool. So the objective markers, there's one here. These are the ones in no man's land. There's literally this fountain in the middle, and then there's one there. Then there's one in each deployment zone. So one here and one here. And then all the terrain's obscuring, even the altar. The only things that aren't are this damaged rhino here, and this wall here. They're just, you get cover from shooting through them. And then all these craters here, over there and there, infantry get the benefit of cover if they're inside them. So yeah, deployment, basically, I've got some Terminators and Deep Strike, the block without the Terminator Lording. And then we've got Rhino here with this guy on, Zangor's frontline in it, the Hellbrew in all my anti-tank here, along with the Vortex Beast there. Got Terminators with the Lord. These Terminators, the ones that heal themselves, and we've got the Demon Prince getting Lord Operator from all these lads. Then we've got the new what's he called, the Zangor Shaman on disc, and the Zangors on disc. I don't want to get new model syndrome, so I'm hiding them right at the back of the battlefield, hiding like cowards. Then we've got the last tank here with the Infernal Mastering. Then my 2 infiltrate units I've sort of just put right in midfield so I can deny Richard as much infiltration as I can, which has kind of worked. He's managed to sneak these lads behind the lines. I must not have seen them sneak past. And then he's sort of frontlined it as well, Rich?
Yeah, well, that's the thing with the detachment, isn't it? I've got Scout, so I've got Scout and I've got Stealth, so to make the most of it, you kind of have to be aggressive. And
that's it. Like, so I've got redeploy 3 units, but I have to do it before we know who goes first. So it's really, do I want to keep these here so he basically can't scout? Or do I want to put them into safety now so I've at least denied him his infiltrators, but he still will be able to scout? So I'm going to have a good think of that. But yeah, so before we roll off to see who goes first, I'm going to move some units. I've got 3 units I can redeploy, and then I'll get back to you on the roll off. So I've moved some stuff around a little bit. These that were over there have moved over here, so I can still screen out a bit of his scout moves. Araman's unit has jumped right back onto that objective. He's done his job with that, redeploying 3 units, and now he'll do nothing all game. And I didn't bother moving a 3rd unit because I don't know who's going first, so yeah. So are we ready, Rich? The big question is, do you want to go first or second?
I think I want to go first.
I want to go first, yeah?
I think that would be ideal with my scout move and the extra move, and get on the midboard and then hopefully be a bit of a nightmare to shift off the midboard. I think that would be an idea.
I agree.
Got some brand new dice, the old world dice. I've just unboxed it. Can you smell that new dice smell, guys? Breathe deep. They're pretty nice.
You got them from ProTech around our end there.
I got them from ProTech Games.
Yeah, check them out. So let's see how well they do for you.
Let's see how we do it.
I said it's your army that's cursed.
Well, there we go.
6.
It's classic.
Right, let's go into Thousand Suns, turn 1. So Thousand Suns, turn 1. Extend battle lines and cleanse. So hold 2 objectives in no man's land, get 4 points for it. Cleanse, do actions on objectives, and you get points. They have to be in no man's land though. So I'm probably just going to use this for a free CP at the end of the turn, but I should get extend battle lines for 4 points. So basically, everything's shuffled about to get last cannon lines of sights into things like that Rhino over there. These have advanced to jump on that objective to get the extend battle lines. These 2 tanks have just moved behind this bit of terrain here. These have all moved forwards. The Vortex Beast shuffle around there. The Zangors move forward. They're just spread out for some deep striking prevention on the back. And these have just moved forward as well to do some flamey stuff. So there should be quite a few shots going off here, but I don't know how much. I don't think it'll be a massive amount of damage because it's quite short range, the Thousand Suns. So before we do the shooting, I need to do some psychic stuff. So I'll get back to you when I do that. So the psychic phase is about to happen. So this rubric sorcerer is going to put a doom bolt into this rhino here. So a doom bolt goes off on a 7. So it feels weird doing this psychic phase again. So 7.
Who's doing that?
That's the sorcerer that is here.
All right. Okay. Well, there's nothing I can do about that, is there?
Nothing you can do about that, mate. You can't deny psychic tests anymore. So it does go off.
Yes.
The big one, it goes off on a 12 plus. I got a 10 there, so I could channel the warp, but then I could injure my own units if I get a double or triple.
Right.
So do I want to do that? Yeah, let's do it for fun. So I don't get a double or triple, and I do get a 12 plus. So that does D3 plus 3 mortal wounds to your tank.
Okay.
Does 4.
Yeah.
But still, you've sort of got a little taste of it there.
Sound?
So 4 mortal wounds on the tank. Then what I'm going to do is this sorcerer here is going to put a extra AP on these terminators here. So the flamers, when they shoot them, will have a bit more AP. So this goes off on a 9. That doesn't go off. I'm just going to leave that. I'm not too worried about that. I don't want to try and get mortal wounds for my unit. Then next up, we've got this sorcerer next to that sorcerer who just cast. And they're going to put reroll hit rolls of 1 against these spawn. I would have done this against the tank, but it has to be visible, and they're the only visible unit. And I did a Doom Ball, so my Predator could get its rerolls. So I hope everyone's with me here. So next one is doing the reroll hit rolls of 1 against them spawn. And then if I roll high, so 5, 6, 7, 8, let's still channel the warp and try and get full rerolls. That's on a 10 plus. So I do get a double, so I get full rerolls, but I do D3 mortal wounds to myself. Oh, so I kill a Terminator for that. Nice. Was it worth it? We'll see.
Anyway.
That probably wasn't worth it, but that's what happens when you mess with a warp. I'm going to try and move these again, and we're just going to try and tuck up against this this ruin here. So this goes off on a 6. So that does go off.
Boost it.
All right, cheers. They get D6 movement. I do get a 5-inch move, which is nice. So I'm going to move them lads up against that ruin, and then we'll do some shooting. So some shooting. We're going to start with this Flamer Rubric squad. We're just going to go into them Terminators in front. Oh, there's 2 units of 5 here.
There's 2 units of 5, yeah. Squad on the left, squad on the right. Squad on the left, right. Left,
they're both just the same loadouts.
The one on the right is painted not as well, so I'll go for the one on the right.
Let's go for the one on the right then. So we'll start off with the Smite. So these get an extra shot of the Smite now, which is nice, but it isn't pistol anymore. The Flamer in the Smite aren't pistol anymore, yeah, so I have to choose one or the other. So we're going with the Smite. Hitting on 3s. That is nice. And then we are wounding on
Toughness
4s.
7.
It's just anti-infantry. So just as 1 mortal wound with the Smite.
All right, yeah, okay.
Did I roll any 1s there? I don't think I did. And then the Flamers. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's get 11 down. So 11 shots, wounds on 5 and 6s, rerolling 1s. 1 there. So you've got 1, 2, 3 saves at -1, ignoring cover.
It's -1, is it?
Yeah.
Their flames are only -1.
Yeah, the bolters went up, but the flamers didn't.
But it ignores cover still, yeah?
Ignores cover.
All right, yeah, cool. So they're freeze.
Yep.
Yeah, they're okay.
Nice. So that unit is definitely going to die the next turn. I'll think about what I'm doing. I'll do some more shooting. So we have a Hellbrute, 11 its last cannon, into that Rhino through the ruins. You've popped some smoke.
That's all I can do. I'm going to try and save it. If my flamer bus.
Yeah, if smoke is what that is, who knows. Starting with the las cannon, because that's all it's got. Its flamer's not in range of out. So 1 shot, hitting on 3s.
4s.
Hitting on 4s. Well done. It's came into play there. Lovely. Let's just keep it rolling. Let's go to the
full reroll. The full reroll Predator.
Yeah. I mean, it might not be great. Let's see. So hitting on 4s. 1 hits, rerolling. No, so that's smoke coming into play there.
Saved me 2 las cannon so far.
Wounds on 3s.
Yep.
Oh, it doesn't wound.
There we go.
And then we've got the
Come
one
on,
top.
smoke!
So the one on top hitting on 3s. Misses.
Smoke!
That one hit on 4s. Does hit. Wounded on 3s. Wounds.
That's over to me now.
Yep, -3.
So you haven't stripped my cover out, have you?
No, you'll get.
All right, so 5 or 6.
Yep.
You got it. Rhino lives.
The and the other guns will I'll just do that off cam later. And then the what else?
Rubrics into the Poxwalkers you were going to go for?
Yeah, let's do some rubrics into Poxwalkers. I'll do that on cam because people might want to see it. So we'll start off with a Soul Reaper. So hitting on 4s. Yep. And then what does that sorcerer give them? He heals them and he gives them a 4-pin button. So nothing good affecting this. Wounding on toughness 4, right?
Yes.
3s. Rerolling 1s. So you've got 2 saves at -2.
All right, yes, just feel no pains. They feel pain.
So 2 feel pain. And then we've got a load of bolters, so I'll get back to you. A load of bolters hitting on 3s. And then these are wounding on 4s. Strength 4, toughness 4. Tough boys, aren't they? For zombies. So we've got 3, 6 saves, mate, -2.
Yeah, 5s and 6s for the feeling the pins. Save, what's that, 3? So nice. 3 more go down.
3 more go down. I've got a smite. So that's 3 hits. And then looking for 4s. 1 more feeling no pain.
Yeah. So you take out, that's 4 in total there, plus the other 2. So you took out 6 poxwalkers.
6, and then we've got the sorcerer, which is D6 shots blast, so it'll be D6 plus 2. That's 6, 7, 8.
Oh, is this the guy attached, is it?
Yeah.
All right.
That's that geezer. So let me double check I'm getting this stat line right, 2 seconds. Yep, so wounded on 3s, rerolling 1s. So you've got, that's devastating, that's devastating. So you've got 5 saves. I'll just see if that's any minus on that. Oh, it's -2, so it'll just be basically a load of
They're all
D3s.
dead.
Yeah. And that is that unit shot. We've got the Terminators now lighting up. Them 2 spawn. Let's see how tough these spawn are. So we've got the Terminator Lord with his smite weapon. So hitting on 2s. They all hit. And then this is anti-vehicle, I think. So they'll be wounding on... they're not vehicle or monster, are they?
No, the beasts.
Beasts. What's the toughness?
7.
So it'll be wounding on 5 or 6, I'm guessing. 2, and they're devastating. So it'll just be 4 mortal wounds, sir.
4 mortal wounds, just from the sword. Is that the character or the unit champion?
That's the character, that.
All right, 5s and 6s. Yes.
It was bolter. So we're going to go to some missile racks now. 4 shots, 2 each. Hitting on 2s because of my enhancement. That's lethal. I need to remember that. And then these are wounding on strength 10, so 3s. So that's 2. That's 3 saves.
What's the AP of that?
AP 2.
AP 2 and in cover, so 5s and 6s. Stop one of them getting through.
3 damage a pop.
All right, so the first one takes out a spawn, and the second one takes a wound off the second spawn. Does the first spawn pop? He doesn't pop.
Doesn't pop. How many wounds are you left on?
The other one's got 3 wounds remaining.
Nice. Let's do 2 Soul Reapers in it. Let's keep this this train going, huh?
Let's do it, yeah.
So 2 Soul Reapers, hitting on 2s. Rerolling the 1s.
And you got lethals as well, yeah?
Lethals on that, yeah. Because of the person leading them.
Some horrendous firepower coming out of this squad, like.
Oh, I can reroll that as well. So reroll. Yeah, these are nasty. And the bolters, when they're in rapid fire range as well, can be pretty horrific. But no rerolls to wound rolls, and that is pretty embarrassing after me just
What's the rend of it? Rend AP?
AP 2.
AP 2, so back down to so 5s and 6s again?
Yep.
Yeah, so stop 2 of them. And stop none of them, so it's down to a wound remaining.
Wound remaining, I'll do the bolters, see if you can cling on to life. So 16 shots from the bolters. Let's see what we can
Fish
do.
for 6s.
Yeah, I think you're right, you know. I need to get them through. So we've got a few 6s there. 6, 6. Reroll, that's a bit cocked. That's 6. And then we've got a 1 to reroll, but let's just reroll all of them.
Roll them all again.
You're right.
Fish. Toughness 7, aren't they?
Yeah. So a couple more 6s. There, miss. And then we're wounding on... these are strength 4, so wounding on 5s. A few more go through there. So you've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 saves, mate. 10
saves at -2, are you?
-2.
Yeah, so 5s and 6s because of the cover. Oh, hang on.
Oh, hang on. He's, that's some
he's only got 1 wound, though. I'd need to pass all these film up in. It ain't happening, but you know what I mean. He tried his best.
He did try his best.
He tried his best, and he didn't pop either.
Didn't pop. Well, that gets rid of that unit. That's something. I think I've just got the Vortex Beast left and maybe a few bows. Oh, and the Demon Prince. I'll get back. 4 of the Enlightened with great bows. Can see the Terminators. These lads here. So we're just going to be 4 of them. So that's 8 shots. Hitting on 3s now because they're getting lead.
Is that including my stealth?
That's not including your stealth.
So them 2 miss as well.
Yeah. That's 1 lethal, and then my wounds is on 5 and 6s. You got 2 saves at -2.
So -1 because of cover.
I'll just double check these. I have a feeling these might ignore cover.
All right, you might want to check.
Yeah, let's have a look. Sanguine Lightens, Great Bows, where are they? They do ignore cover.
All right, so you've done a wound.
So there's done 2 wounds, 2 damage, mate.
Oh, the 2, why? What? Why?
We've been having this conversation off cam, but these bows, they're not bad. 30-inch, so longer than bolters, but they are psychic, so it's this magic energy that guides them. Onto the Vortex Beast, and that'll be that. The Vortex Beast can just see the back end of that rhino, so it's just going to take a shot. I mean, killing this would be asking a lot, but hitting on 4s now with the smoke, it does it. And then wounding on 3s, I'm guessing. So it does wound. That's minus... let me double check what the
See what I roll there?
Yeah, see what we roll.
I've got a 4, so it's going to get
Definitely
through.
-3.
Yeah.
So a D6 plus 6 this.
Right, so it's dead.
Well, how many wounds has it got?
6.
Well, it is dead. Does it blow up?
Yeah. No.
It doesn't. But I do get that rhino, which is nice. So, yeah, let's do the end of the turn round. There'll be no charges, and that's that. So, end of Thousand Suns turn 1. Extend battle line to 4 points, and then cleanse I'm getting rid of. Put me on to 3 CP for Death Guard turn 1. So, Death Guard turn 1. Defend Stronghold, he couldn't get that turn 1, so he's redrew. Attempting target. So I pick an objective marker on the battlefield, and Richard has to take that at the end of his turn for 5 points. Cleanse, do actions on objectives, and you get points for it. You're not going to do that, no?
No, it's the CP.
Yeah,
we're not here to cleanse, we're here to uncleanse.
Exactly. So, Richard, what have you done, mate?
Just basically moved everything as far forward as I possibly could. On your side, you've got Typhus, he's advanced, so you can launch some bees at somebody. The spawn are movement 8, so they were quite good to jump around and get this tempting target.
Yeah.
Obviously, they've got to scrap some Zangors to get it. Poxwalkers will try and help. Terminators will try and help. Drones and Terminators moved up to the Rubrics, who overwatched Lord Fest's unit and melted a few Plague Marines. And then my squad of Plague Marines are going through the ruin alongside the Terminators, and everything else has moved around here to sort of engage my big lads are moving to engage your big lads on this side.
Exactly. So lots of shooting coming.
So the first thing that'll happen for Death Guard is my Lord of Virulence picks a unit within 30 inches that he can see, and that's the target for his Blight Bombardment.
Okay.
And that'll be your Terminators.
And what does this do?
I reroll 1s to hit against them,
Nice.
and blast weapons reroll all hits.
Nice, I like it. And then you also need to do your bees before the shooting phase as well, right?
But it's in the shooting phase, but we might as well roll it now. It's got an 18-inch range. Let's have a look. Can I hit you? I can't hit your Hellbrute, unfortunately, so I'll just
put it into some Zangors.
I don't really want to.
Why?
Because I want to charge them.
Oh yeah, fair play.
But the people need to see bees.
People want to see the bees.
The bees attack.
The bees have spoken.
The bees where they go like wild, and I do like 6, and you kill all the close ones. No, the bees. No, but one of them.
One bee just. No, let's take the closest one. So
right on the tip of his beak.
Yeah. Starting off with a drone into these Rubric Marines in front of it.
Because obviously we've got this big temples, this big line of sight blocker. I'm not spoiled for choice for targets, so the drone's just going to melt some dust boys. 8 dice. Yeah. 2s reroll. No, I don't get to reroll any 1s, but that is 5 at -1, ignores cover.
5. So this
it's
would
damage
be...
1, so it cancels each other out, doesn't it?
Yeah. So I would be getting. What's the AP on it?
-1.
So this.
Oh wait, but you're within contagion range, so you've lost
exactly.
it. So you're back. So you are on 4s.
So I'm on 4s now. So I'm in cover, but it ignores cover. It's -1 AP, so I go at 4s. Then I get +1 because it's damage 1, but then I get -1 because I'm in contagion range. So back to 4s.
7.
7 there. 5, 6, 7. So 7 4-ups. I'll lose a Marine. Onto these Blight Lords.
Yeah, the Blight Lord's in the centre, so they've got a Plague Spewer that will go for the Rubrics, and then they've got a Blight Launcher and a Reaper Autocannon, which will go for the Terminators.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll go for Spew all over you. 3 spews. That's 3 wounds. That one, because you're afflicted, that's extra AP, so you're on 5s now.
5s, yeah?
Yeah.
And that's with the damage 1 cover and all that ignores cover, yeah? So 5s. So one more.
They melt another one.
Light launcher and the Reaper autocannon into the Terminators.
Yeah, so these are hitting on, so this is the blight launcher, hits on 3. Oh, it's blast.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, I think the gun is D3 blast now, in fact, so I'm talking complete rubbish. I'm going off the old stats, so it's D3 blast. So it's that. So that's 4 shots. These hit on 3s, re-rolling. Roll both of them again. That's 3 hits. This is strength 6, toughness 6, I imagine.
Toughness 5, but -1 to wounds. So.
Also back to 4s anyway. 2 wounds at AP -1.
-1, they're in cover, so it'll be 2 ups.
Yes. Okay, the Reaper. That gets 5 hits.
Or sustained, yeah?
Yeah, and it's got dev wounds, wounding on 4s.
Is that with a -1, yeah?
Yeah. So that's another set of AP1.
4 2-ups, yeah?
4 2-ups, mate, yeah.
One goes through.
Cool.
Damage on that?
1.
Just 1. So 1 on 2 wounds remaining. So the Blight Lords, the Spewer is going into these Rubric Flamers here. The rest of the guns are going into the Hellbrutes.
Yeah, try and chip some of them. So we'll start with the Spewer. 3 shots. 3 hits, should I say. That's 3 wounds. Again, you inflicted, so that's -2, so you're on 5s.
5s.
So melt another one. Blight Launch, it's D3, Richard. It's only get 1 shot, which missed. Then the Reaper, 4 shots. That gets a full house.
Yep.
4 6s, please. There's a dev wound and an armor save at -1 for him.
-1. Does he get any cover there? I don't think he does.
The wounds there, so.
So 3 up.
Yeah, there's 2 wounds off your
wounds,
Hellbrute.
So we've got the Hauler and all these Plague Marines around here, all lighting up the Terminator squad. You really want to chip a few away, don't you?
Ideally, mate, yeah, get rid of a few of them.
Yeah, yeah. So let's start with the Hauler. Let's do it.
Yeah. You're still recording, mate?
Yeah, yeah.
Haulers have lethal hits, multi-melters.
Nice.
Bizarrely. But I'll start with the rocket launcher because if I could pop that injury one, that'd be great. So I hit him. I wounded him.
Yeah.
-2 from a crack missile. You can cover, so -1. So 3 up.
3 up. You get him.
Damage D6, so he's where I roll 1. No, I got him.
You do get him.
Then the multi-melter, double 6. No, one of them hit though. Oh, reroll 1s because you've been marked by a lot of virulence.
Nice.
That's 2 hits from multi-melters, so wounded on 4s. Ah, crumbs.
There you go. So but you do kill a Terminator. So a lot's going on here. You've changed tack, so 1 bolter.
Yeah, I'm going to explain.
Yeah.
I remembered that the plague burst crawler's ability to spread and cause mortal wounds to nearby units is better if other units are afflicted. Plague Marines afflict units when they shoot them. So I've got 2 to Plague Marines and there's 2 units either side of the Terminators. So this Plague Marine here who can see,
Yeah.
in fact, the guy behind him as well can see. So them 2 are both going to shoot at this rubric here. Observe. He's hit by a bolter shell. Do I care if it does anything? It didn't even do anything. I don't care. You got hit. You're afflicted.
Yes.
You got hit by a crazy bolt around. And just while I'm here, just so to show, observe, the 2 Plague Marines here with bolt guns will shoot the Vortex Beast, yeah? They both hit it, yeah?
Yep.
They did nothing to it, but it hits. That's afflicted.
Yes.
So now, later, when I fire that Plague Burst Crawler and it onto the Terminator's heads,
Yes.
they'll take mortal wounds on a 5 or a 6 instead of a 6.
Nice,
Because
I like
they've been
that.
hit by the crazy rounds from the Bolter Marines. So,
like it.
doing your things for your army.
Right. Now let's get back to the...
And now I'll get back to... And then what I was saying is basically, instead of me going on to the centre objective with all my stuff, I'm going to get rid of the rubrics, ideally, and then Sam has to move on to the centre of things instead, because I've got the 2 flank objectives, hopefully, and then we'll leave the one as a kill box in the centre.
Yeah. I don't even know if I want to move on.
Yeah, I didn't think you would. So all the 12-inch range weapons from the Plague Marine squad are going to try and melt these 2 rubrics.
Sweet. Or the Spewer in the thing from the... What's this guy? The Plague Caster?
Crazy plague wind out of his mouth.
Killed these 2 rubrics here. So the rest of the guns, like we say, going into the Terminators.
Just drift off as dust like Thanos. Right. There's the rest of that Plague Marine squad, so it'll be 3 bolt guns into the Terminators.
And the one that's shot, obviously, is already shot, yeah?
That's 2 lethal hits, mate.
Nice. So 2 2-ups.
The plasma gun that's not overcharging. Hit. Didn't win because you've got your fancy Terminator rules. So that's that Plague Marine squad done.
Nice.
Next Plague Marine squad.
Should we just go straight to it?
Yeah. They've got 2 long-range plasma gun shots, which aren't overcharging because I don't want to lose my own dudes. I reroll 1s. So still, there we go. Rollins on a 4. Easy, Tiger. What else have I got? 2 seconds, mate.
Yep.
All that's left from the Plague Marines is the Blight Launcher, the D3 blasts, so there'll be 4 shots.
Nice.
Full rerolls. And again, Nope. Wounding on 4s. Oh, are we, lads?
Are we, lads?
Playing at.
Are we, lads?
Playing at.
So that's them shots.
Now the Lord Virulence has terminated his squad at the rubrics. I mean, sorry, not rubrics, the Terminators.
So I'll just keep rolling now if you dice
If you like, yeah, I've got a Blight Launcher D3 Blast. So it's 3 shots. That's a lethal hit and 2 hits. These are going to reroll wounds because that's his rule. That's 3 at minus, we're on 2s, essentially.
-2.
That's -1.
-1, so 2 ups.
Oh, Terminator dead.
Oh, nasty. Nasty. We've got a Reaper and a couple of Bolters.
Yeah, so the Reaper, 4 6s followed by 8 6s.
Nice.
No, but that's 5 hits. Just 1 6s here, mate. Dev wounds. No, but that's 3 2+ saves for you again.
What's the strength for this?
7.
Oh, nice.
Oh, lovely.
What is going on?
Lovely. Bolters.
So 1-on-1 wound remaining.
6 shots from Bolters. Oh, wait, hang on, I don't have that many guns. I'm lying. 4 shots from Bolters, should I say. That's a lethal, and then re-roll that one. That's another lethal. Nice. That one hit. Was it another wound? No, it's just 2. If you get that one, mate, we kill that wound.
Get that one.
Oh, I got him.
Well, of course I do. So you get another one. Nice. You get burst crawling out, shooting shells up and over into this Terminator unit.
Yeah, 2 entropy cannons. Have some entropy, sir. Both hit. Wounded on 4s, I believe, because the strength. I think the strength 10, so no, it'll be 4s, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Rot Hill. 1 hit. Didn't do anything. No one cares. It's the Plague Burst Mortar now. Blast, so that's +4, so 9 shots.
Nice.
Hitting on 3s with full rerolls.
Taking a beating here, lads. Hitting on... Oh, because you can see them.
Yeah, because you can see them, yeah. So that's 2 lethals. Then roll these again, wounding on 4s because of your minus thing. So you've got 4 at -1, but you're going to be claiming cover still. But you've been rolling 1s here, mate. Feel confident.
I know.
No, you're all right.
I do make them. What damage was that?
Damage 2 it would be. Yeah, so your Terminator squad takes D3 mortal wounds. 1 mortal wound on your Terminator squad.
I'll keep this
your Rubric Marine squad next to them take D3 mortal wounds. They take 3 mortal wounds. Your Vortex Beast takes D3 mortal wounds. 3 mortal wounds on your Vortex Beast. Your Demon Prince, no. Your Zangors, no.
That's all I was bothered about. I don't want my Zangors dying. The Vortex Beast, that's 5 uphill, no pains. Takes 1 wound.
Ah, well.
I'll go around the rest in kill stuff. Last bit of shooting before the guns fall silent. We've got a Land Raider. All its guns going into this Terminator unit. Yeah, they really have been lit up, these lads.
Yeah, you've got a Terminator on 2 wounds, so we'll start with heavy bolters. Reroll 1s because of the Lord of Virulence. So it gets me a hit, which wounded, so roll a 1.
2 up.
Nah.
It's all right.
The Havoc Launcher gets 1 shot. Oh, it'll be 2 shots.
Yep.
What's going on here? All these 1s.
Reroll 1s. All right.
Reroll 1s. Oh, it's blast, so reroll them all. So it's 2 hits, 5s and 6s. That's 1 wound. Roll a 1.
2 up.
Nah. All right. Combi weapon. Missed. Right. Don't know what's going on with the Land Raider. He's not feeling very well. Las Cannons. Reroll that 1. That's all of them hit. These are strength 12, so freeze. So you've got 3 and -3, but invulnerable saves. It's going to be invulnerable saves.
3 4-ups. Oh!
Beautiful. That's 3 Terminators dead.
Oh my god. Should I re-roll 1 of them?
Las Cannons D6 plus 1 or D6 plus 2?
D6 plus 1. Oh yeah, so they might actually, yeah.
Do you want me to see what I do? Or do you want to re-roll?
One kills 1, and then you've got...
Do you want to re-roll your vote? Do you want to do a re-roll?
2 CP would be nice to show off some stuff, but yeah, I won't because I want to show off some strats. So
okay, so are you still recording?
So roll 1 dice, see what it does to the 1/1/3 wounds.
All right, yeah. So till kills him.
Does kill him, yeah. And then the next one does kill him. So 3 die.
Yeah.
Nasty. So some charges happening now. We've got a 4-inch from the spawn into these lads. We've got a 5-inch from the Poxwalkers into these lads, and a 7-inch from the Terminator.
If the Poxwalkers and the spawn make it, I think the Terminators just watch.
Well, a 4 and a 5. So
the spawn first. Yeah, they flew in.
Absolutely.
And then the Poxwalkers who I can't even roll that, we made it on 1 dice anyway.
Yeah. So a 12 and a 10, so the Terminator just staying put, yeah?
Yeah, they'll just watch, they'll cheer them on.
Yep, so doing some charging, and then we'll get back to you in the fight first. So this is how it looks after the charges have been made. The goat lads are about to take a bit of a beating here. I'll let you know how it goes after the combat. So at the end of the combat, weirdly, all the goats didn't die. There's 3 left there. So I hit back and killed 2 Poxwalkers. And that is the end of turn, I believe. So I'll do a quick end of the turn roundup. So end of Death Guard, turn 1, they get their tempting target. Cleanse you're getting rid of, so you're going to be on 3 CP, going into 1,000 Suns. Turn 2, let's do it. 1,000 Suns, turn 2, secure no man's land and display of might are the orders. So secure no man's land, take 2 objectives in no man's land, get 5 points, get 1, you get 2 points. I should be able to get the 2 there. Well, I'm on it now. Display of might have more units in no man's land than Richard had. So in a 3,000 point game, we did a lot of adding up here, and I have got more units in. Currently, this has to be at the end of the turn. So basically, everything's pushed forward. The Goatman fell back, 2 died on the way out, and he failed battle shock. The Hellbrute moved forward. This tank moved forward, and there jumped out. These lads have went into the middle and got overwatched by this flamer, what they're called, Plague Marine unit. Killed 5 of them, and I brought 1 back to life with him, but obviously 5 more died. These have jumped out that tank, the Infernal Masters unit. The Terminators moved forward. The Demon Prince moved forward. A load of Terminators dropped in there, and the Zangon Light moved forward. The Vortex Beast moved forward and did mortal wounds, didn't do anything to this unit, and actually killed 2 Terminators. I rolled a 6 and then D6 damage, and it was a 6 again. So they've been sucked into that vortex. So I need this to be a big turn. I need to do a lot of damage in my shooting phase. But first is the psychic phase. Well, first things first, the Demon Prince is putting reroll hit rolls into this unit here. Yeah.
4 o'clock, Sam. 4 o'clock, Sam. You said 4 o'clock, mate.
Let's cast it on a 5, and it does cast on a 7. So if I get a 3+, I could reroll all hits against that unit.
From everything in your army?
Yes.
All right.
Against just that unit, though. So let's do it. I do. So he channeled the warp, and obviously it's a Demon Prince, so he's not going to get hurt by channeling it. He is the warp, baby. So reroll all hits against that unit. Then we're going to move this Zangor twice. I'll just do it from this unit here. So does that move the Zangor? Well, again, on a 6, it does go off, and he moves D6. Moves a big 1, so... I don't know what happened there, but the warp glitched and he just tripped over or something. Then we have a Doombolt going into this. What's this called? A Plague Spear?
Forted Bloat Drone. I can remember that thing's name.
So Doombolt into this. This goes off on a 7. That's a 3.
Beautiful.
4, 5, 6, 7. So I could do with I'm going to channel a warp and try and get a 4+. I don't, and I do get a double, so that does D3 mortal wounds. I do 3 mortal wounds to myself. So this unit has took a hell of a beating in the middle of the battlefield. In 1 takes a wound as well, and that doesn't go off, which is pretty sad. And then I have got left the extra AP, so I'm going to put that on this unit in the middle here, and I'll just do that with the Terminators that have just landed, let's say. So this goes off on a 9. Of course not. That is a hard one to get off that. So, I won't bother channeling anything there because that's a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I need a 6.
Is one of those rubrics injured as well?
Yes.
Right.
So that is that. Few didn't go off, few did. I'll say that I can just keep trying to cast it. I forgot about that. So let's just try it with another unit. Let's try it with this rubric unit. This Terminator unit that's injured into that same unit and try and cast it again. 5, 6, 7, 8. So I should I channel? It'll definitely go off if I do. But I'm going to. Oh, so it does 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that goes off an extra 2 AP on that unit.
You get extra 2 AP for everything that targets that unit.
But that's on a 12. But it did go off, so yeah. And I still have a Doombolt. So I might just do the same unit that just blasted themselves. I might just try again with the other Sorcerer.
It goes off Sorcerers, not off units.
Off Sorcerers, yeah. So I'll do it with the other Sorcerer, Doombolt on a 7. He does get it, that one. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So D3 mortal wounds. That's 3 mortal wounds on your blood drone.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll take a wound off one of them rubrics. Let's go into the shooting phase.
Are you positive?
Off with the Predator, leveling its las cannons into the drone. So I'll start off with its 2 shots from its las cannon, hitting on 3s. 1 hits, but I can reroll the 2 because it's hit with a psychic power. No. And then we're wounding on 3s, I believe. It does wound.
Yep, 5 or 6. Yeah, gets through, mate.
6 plus 1.
It's alive.
6 damage.
On a wound, I believe.
Live on a wound. So we've got another last cannon going in. That's one at the top. Hitting on freeze. Hits. Wounding on freeze. Wounds.
5 or 6.
5 or 6.
Get it?
Saves it. Nice. So you're alive on a wound, right?
Yeah.
Nice. So the Hellbrute flamed one of the poxwalkers. Sadly, I'm going to have to put his last cannon into that bloat drone because it's on 1 wound remaining. So hits, wounds on freeze, wounds. You got another 5 up save, sir.
Who's this for?
From the last cannon into your bloat drone.
Easy work.
Easy work.
Easy work. No,
Sadly
it's
not.
dead.
And it does get it. Does it blow up?
No.
It doesn't. It doesn't pop. But the Hellbrute's done something. Come on. So first bit of shooting. Oh no, it isn't the first bit of shooting. I've just done some last cannons. It's because me and Richard had such a big discussion off cam. So this unit
Sam's
here,
determined to make sure this game does not finish by 4.
well, I nearly forgot that these gave a +1 to hit to a unit to hit. So I'll do that first before I shoot everything else. It just makes sense. So he's going to shoot his bolter into these. He's going to shoot his psychic anti-vehicle thing into this here. And the 2 missile racks are going into this here as well, and all the bolters are going into these. You're doing go to ground, so you're on 1 CP remaining, yeah?
Correct.
So we'll start off with the anti-vehicle thing into your, what's it called, that thing?
My Fittic Blight Hauler.
My Fittic Blight Hauler. So
Rolls off the tongue, that.
hitting on 2s. So they all hit. I'm looking for 4s here. These anti-vehicle. So that's just 2 mortal wounds.
Okay.
Blight Hauler. Then the shots from the bolter, from the sorcerer, as long as he hits, which he does. And then the other 2 bolters in that unit. 1, 2, oh, 3 more. So 1, 2, 3. So these are hitting on 2s.
Shooting against my stealth guys.
Yes, so these hitting on 3s. That's right. So +1 to hit, so they're hitting on 3s. They're not re-rolling anything here, because re-roll was against that other unit. No, so the APs on them, sorry. So hitting on 3s, they all hit, and then we are wounded on 5s and 6s, right?
Correct.
Bolters.
Oh, beautiful.
A couple there, so altogether you have 6 saves at -4.
At -4, ladies and gentlemen, he's just said. 6s.
Yep. Because if you go to ground.
Yep. So you kill 2 Plague Marines off.
2 Plague Marines die. And then we have the 4 shots from the missile racks into your Blight Hauler. So they're hitting on 2s. Oh, this isn't -1 to hit, is it?
Say again.
This isn't -1 to hit. It's not stealth the Blight Hauler, is it?
No.
So 2 lethals, and then we're wounded on 3s. Just 1 more. So you've got 3 saves at -2 from the missiles.
Yeah, I've scrounged a bit of cover out of that. So, whatever.
4 ups, I'm guessing?
Yeah, fail 1.
3 damage.
All right, it's down to 5.
Nice. Oh, and then we've got a smite from the sorcerer. I've got that as well. Into your, obviously, unit Plague Marines. So that's lethal. That hits. And then wounding on, well, you need a 4. No. So just
Nothing.
just 1 save at -5, what will be your 6 up.
-5.
It's just 1 damage, yeah.
Oh, was that on a Plague Marine?
That was on the Plague
Oh,
Marines.
right, okay.
So 1 takes a wound. So that's that unit of 4 Terminator shot. I'll get back to some other stuff. Block of Terminators shooting into the same target. We need these dead. 2 missiles will be going into the, is it the Blight Hauler?
It's a Blight Hauler.
Yeah, so let's do the missiles first. These are hitting on 3s. So 3 hits, wounding on 3s. 3 wounds, -2, mate.
Strength for their rockets.
10.
Nice.
-2.
-2, yeah. They all get through. It's dead.
Yep, it is dead. Does it blow up? It does.
It did. It's just, I think it might be D3 actually. I'll check.
Yeah, we'll double check and get back to you. That was pretty horrific. The Land Raider took 3 wounds. The Terminator died. This unit, Plague Marine, took 1 wound. And the other one took 1 wound, but they had 1 wound, so 1 died there. So big explosion. A lot of stuff got hurt. Now the rest of the Bolters and the Soul Reaper and the Psychic Power into the rest of these Plague Marines. Soul Reapers hitting on 3s. Yeah. I don't get any re-rolls here, I believe. No lethals. So yeah, they hit. And then these are wounding on 4s. So you take 5 saves at -4.
Okay, so I've gone to ground. Did you say 5, yeah?
Yeah.
So 6s. Yeah, you take out 2.5 Plague Marines.
So that'd be 3 dead, yeah?
Yes.
And then the sorcerer hitting on 3s. And this is devastating on 4s. So just one more mortal wound.
Okay, yeah.
These are all the bolters. I've got a lot of dice here to roll, so let's just do some rolling. I've got 3 more. So hitting on 3s, these are the other 3. So let's remove all that. Wounding on 5s and 6s. Not great to be fair. 3, 6, 7, 8 saves at -4 again.
I'm going to have to roll these individually. Yeah. So the Plague Marine died. The Plague Surgeon, who I think has 4 wounds, might possibly be dead. I'll come back.
Yeah. Plague Surgeon's dead. 3 more on Fest.
Lord Fest. He also does not like that. He's got a 4+ invulnerable save and failed all of them.
So how many wounds is he left on?
A Lord of Poxes, ladies and gentlemen, has 5 wounds.
So he's left on 2 wounds remaining, yeah?
Yeah.
Nasty. The Shaman and the Zango Enlightened the Shaman's going for Lord Fest, and the Zango Enlightened are going to try and kill themselves for Lord of Virulence because they're precision. So I'll do the Shaman first, D6 shots, 5 shots. He's hitting on 3s usually, his unit get +1 because of himself, and then obviously -1
stealth.
Because of stealth. So on to Lord Fest, hitting on 3s. That is 4 hits, and then these are wounding, strength 9. So wounding on 3s. And these wouldn't usually have any minus, but because of my power, there's -2.
Invuns, he fails 2. So what's the damage there?
He fails 1, didn't he?
Sorry, he failed 1, sorry.
It's only damage 1.
All right, so he's got a wound left.
Oh, nasty. And then the one's going into your, whatever he's called, what's he called again? Lord of Virulence?
He hasn't got a name yet, he's the Lord of Virulence though.
Right, so we've got 12 shots.
He needs a name.
Coming in from bows. Going to try and kill him.
So these are precision?
These are precision.
All right, okay.
So hitting on 3. Oh, these are -1 to hit, yeah?
Yes.
So hitting back on 4s. But 6s are lethal, and we don't get any 6s.
So where's the +1 to hit from them coming from?
From the Zangor Shaman.
Oh.
These are strength 5.
Toughness 7.
7, so 5 and 6s. I thought it'd be a lot to ask, but there's 3 at -2.
At -2, eh?
Yeah.
All right, so if he fills them all, he's dead.
Yeah.
No, he's nearly dead.
You pop though. So he's down to 2 wounds remaining.
Yeah.
Nice try, lads. Nice try. So we've got a Rhino shooting its bolters and havoc launchers into these this unit here of
Plague Marines.
Plague Marines that I've put full rerolls to hit on. So the Rhino hitting on 4s. So 3 hits, rerolling. And then this is wounding on 5 and 6s. But I just needed that hit really, so I can, my psychic weapons from that unit gets buffed.
Saves, make them both.
Make them both, 2 6s, nice. Then we have the Havoc Launcher. That'll be D6 plus 2, I'm guessing. 4, 5, 6. 4s, re-rolling. And then wounding on 5 and 6s. So you've got 3 saves. No minus.
Kill a Plague Marine off.
Kill a Plague Marine off. Then what I'm going to do is this unit in here, I can show off a nice strat here. 2 CP, and all these bolters are now psychic. So because that hit them, psychic weapons get +1 to hit and +1 to wound. So that's what this unit get. Let's do it. Start off with the Infernal Master doing his big flamer into the unit. So this is 2d6. That's 5. And this is strength 6, so it's wounds on 3 because the +1 to wound. I need 3 more there. That's devastating. I think I'll double check that. Basically, I'll have 1 wound, 1 save at -2. That's just 1 damage. I'll just quickly check that's devastating. So that is 2 wounds go through because one of them wasn't devastating, but you rolled it and didn't save it. So the rest of the unit, I'll do the Soul Reaper now. Hitting on 4s, but re-rolling. So this one doesn't get +1 to hit and wound because this doesn't turn psychic. I need to remember all these rules and that. So strength 6, toughness 6, 4s, but re-rolling 1s. That's devastating, and that's -2 AP.
Yep. Yep, okay, so I take a wound on one of them, yep.
I'll just quickly double check something else. That Infernal Master does give sustained hits as well. So the psychic weapon from the psyker leader. So hitting on, usually hitting on 3s, then hitting on 2s, but back to 3s because you're minus to hit, yeah? So
I have no idea what's going on.
Re-rolling, I don't even, mate. That's sustained. And then we're wanting to get 4s for mortal wounds. But it does wound on 3. So 2 mortal wounds go through and you've got 2 saves at -2. These all ignore cover as well.
Right, that was my next question. So that's 3 get through then? Are they multiple damage or what?
That's 4 through altogether. That's just 1 damage.
4?
2 mortal wounds and 2 saves.
Yeah, the pass one, failed one, right?
A -2, ignoring cover.
Yeah, so I failed one, pass one, yeah?
Yeah, no worries. So
3.
go
So
through.
what damage are they?
Damage 1.
All right, yeah, so 2 more plague marines.
We're getting there, people. We're getting there. Now all the bolters from that unit going in hot. So they're psychic, so they're hitting on 2s, but then Richard's obviously minus to hit, so hit back to hitting on 3s. So that's to sustained. So re-rolling these. I won't bother fishing because it's already complicated enough as it is. So take them out. That's sustained and that's sustained. And then we are wounding on strength 4, so 5 and 6s, but then +1 to wound.
What's the +1 to wound from?
From the tank hitting them, and because they're psychic.
Ah.
So any psychic weapons that hit, get +1 to hit and wound. So wounded on 4s here. Oh, that wasn't great. So you've only got, you got 6 saves at -2, ignoring cover.
So 6 5-ups?
Yep.
Yeah, so you kill another plague marine and injure another.
Nice. Of course, I'm re-rolling 1s to wound, so I re-rolled them and got 2 saves for Richard.
Yeah, make one so you kill off that injured plague marine.
Kill off an injured plague marine. So I killed 7 altogether. Yeah. Let's keep shooting, keep the pain train going, Rich. On to the Demon Prince, same target. So he's got his big infernal cannon thing and then his psychic power. So cannon hitting on 2s.
Is that with the -1 from stealth?
So -1 from stealth, but then sorry, he doesn't get +1 to hit, so ignore me. So it would be wounding on 3s.
Hitting on 3s.
Hitting on 3s. So I guess re-roll that 2 as well, because re-rolling. So 3 hits. Strength 5, toughness 6, so 5 and 6s. Just 1, -2 damage, is it?
Yeah.
Pops another plague marine.
Yeah.
Then we've got the psychic power, which is 9 shots. Sorry, people, I'm just reading this at the same time. So it's 9 shots, hitting on 2s, so it's hitting on 3s. Only strength 4, -1 damage. This is sustained. So few misses, that goes back in, and then wounding on 5 and 6s. You've got 4 saves, -1 that ignores cover. So 4 ups. Oh, nice. Makes them. So that's the Demon Prince. Let's see what else we've got. So this unit are going into the same target. I want to try and get rid of him because that flamer Overwatch was absolutely disgusting. So starting with the psychic power, the smite. It's not called smite now, but you get what I mean. So 3 hits. Then what did he give them again? Heals and did a 4-pin run. So yeah, I totally forgot the 4-pin that he gives a 4-pin run in the Overwatch. Sorry people, but I'll remember next time. So 3 hits, then we're looking for 4s. So that's just 3 mortal wounds, mate. 3 mortal wounds on that unit.
Yep.
Soul Reaper, hitting on 4s. Re-rolling. And then we are wounding on 4s. Re-rolling 1s. So you've got 2 saves at -2, ignoring cover, and then 1 mortal wound.
Yeah, so
3 go through, yeah?
3, that finishes off the plague marines, and just finishes off 3, finishes off the plague marines.
Plague marines, then we've got some bolters, hitting on 4s, re-rolling. And then they're wounding on 5 and 6s. Not re-rolling, so just 1 at -2, ignoring cover.
Yeah, so wound on the foul blight spawn.
Sweet, and I'll do the psychic power from the Exalted Sorcerer. Exalted Sorcerer, D6 shots, blast, but I don't think he'll get blast there, so just 3. Hitting on 3s now, re-rolling. And then wounding on 4s, re-rolling 1s. So 2 at -2, ignoring cover.
1 save, 1 pass.
3 damage. 2 damage.
So the Foulblight Spawn's got 1 wound remaining.
1 remaining, nice, and that's that unit shot. So this Rhino is putting some bolters into this unit of Terminators just so I can get some bonuses off with these psychic weapons, and the Havoc into these Poxwalkers. So I'll do the Havoc launcher first, D6 plus 1. 5. Hitting on, are these -1 to hit now?
No.
Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. So you've got 2 saves, no minus.
Yeah, 1 dies.
1 dies, and I'll do the bolters into the Terminators. So hitting on 4s. And then wounding on 5 and 6s. No, but they are now marked for the psychic weapons. So this unit of rubrics are all going into these lads. I would like to knock these off here, but I think with the charge off the tank and the Hellbrute, I only need to kill about 3 of these. It should be contested. So this unit, I'll start with the Sorceress Flamer, and that does make them -2 to move and charge, which is pretty nasty on Terminators. So the Flamer, D6 shots, that is 6, 5, 6. So this wounding on strength 6, toughness 7, but +1 to wound because of the Rhino hitting them. Let's just see if that's got anything. Ignores cover because it's Torrent. And that is it. So -2, mate. 5 -2, so 5 forms.
Yeah, so kill a Terminator off.
D3 damage a pot, mate.
Oh, you're not joking, aren't you? No.
So that one's fell on the floor. 2 damage, so 1 had just killed 1. And 1 damage. So it could have been worse, Rich.
Yeah, it could have been. 1
dead, 1 on, 2 wounds. Soul Reaper going in hot. Hitting on 4s. They miss. And this is wounding on 5s and 6s. Reroll the 1. So 1 save at -2, and that's just a devastating wound.
Yeah, -2. Yeah, so you kill off that Terminator then?
So kill off Terminator. Was he on 2 wounds, was he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. So kill off that Terminator. I'll do the Psychic Power, so the Smite. I mean, this isn't called Smite, but it doesn't matter. This is hitting on 3s with a minus. So 1 hits. I feel like I'm doing something wrong here. And then looking for 4s. Doesn't do anything. So that is that power. I'll get all the bolters ready and we'll do them. Lots of bolters going in. Hitting on 4s. Whoa, lots of misses there. And then these are wounding on 5 and 6s.
4s, right? Because you got +1 because you're Rhino, or these not psychic?
These aren't psychic.
Oh, right,
so
okay.
it was just the other unit that got
you reroll 1, so you got 1/1 there.
There's a 1/1. Glad someone's here to remind me. So that's just 2 saves at -2, ignoring cover.
They ignore cover because you have an icon in the squad.
Because of the icon, yeah.
Yeah, the icon is. That seems really, really strong.
Rubrics are absolutely fantastic, to be fair. But you'll be glad to know that I've only got the Vortex Beast left. So the Vortex Beast is going to shoot its D6 +3 blast weapon into them 3 Terminators over there. So D6 +3.
Oh.
5, 6, 7, 8. I'm not going to say anything. Richards.
Your dice, mate. I'm watching you.
His eyes burning there behind me. But these are hitting on 4s. You'll be glad to know because of your -1. I mean, you can't complain with that, Rich.
I'm going to. Yeah.
And then these are wounded on 3s. Strength 9. So that is 3 at -2 damage.
Yeah. So 4s. Yeah. So what damage is that, mate?
2. So just puts 1 up and 1 wound.
Okay.
That's everything shot, Rich.
Okay.
That is everything shot. Let's do some charging. Some charges now. This guy into them. The Rhino into them. He's going to tag both. He's just going to go for these lads. Demon Prince is going to go into this geezer who's blowing the stuff. Vortex Beast into Fest. I think that should be fun, shouldn't it? So let's start with the main one. The Demon Prince needs a 7 into the Plague Caster.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 6. That is a 6. Do I want to CP it? Have we got anything else fun to use? Yeah, let's just CP it. He is in. Then these 2 units, I'll roll for him. He's in, and then the tank. Nice, he's in. And then The Vortex Beast will just be into Fest. I won't even bother rolling for that. So, well, let's just... Guess I've got Snake Eyes, he's in. Yeah, I'll move in. Let's do some combat. So starting with the Vortex Beast, I'm going to do the sweep into Fest, not Vex. It's not Drakari. 15 attacks, hitting on freeze. Makes sense doing the sweep because he only has 1 wound left.
Strength is...
Strength 7, so it's freeze and freeze. Nice. Exactly the same as it would have been if I was doing the strike. So you've got 5 saves, 3 ups.
No AP on that, is
no
it?
AP.
All right, so is he going to be fluky and survive? He is.
Yes.
He survived.
Can you believe it?
Lord Fest lives.
Can you believe it? He lives. Well done, Fest. Let's go at the Demon Prince, just forget that.
Imagine he's getting like...
So Demon Prince, let's hope he doesn't do the same. I'm a little bit worried now. So 6 attacks, hitting on 2s. So they all hit, so that's a bonus, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a bonus. Wounding, oh, what's your toughness 6?
6.
He's
Be freeze.
8, yeah, freeze.
Oof.
So that's a devastating. Then you've just got 4 saves.
Oh, he's got dev wounds?
Yeah. So 4 saves, because it must be like this, something to do with
-2, I imagine?
-2, mate, yeah.
Yeah, so I need to make all of these.
Yep.
No, the sorcerer's killed.
Sorcerer is killed, and now go to...
Would you like to consolidate my Terminators?
Yeah, I might do actually. I'll get back to that. Let's just do these attacks here, and then I'll sort that out. So the Rhino, let's see how many attacks that gets. The Demon Prince did consolidate the Terminators because I won't get hit by this big scythe thing, so I think he could survive. And also, I had to put the Hellbrute into the Poxwalkers because the Rhino didn't kill any, and then so the Hellbrute had to kill, and he ends up killing 4 of them, meaning that I did take the objective off him, but that was a close one, so I just need to get slapped by these Terminators and Fest as well. So spawn now into the Hellbrute.
So that's 7 plus 4, so 9 attacks. Uh-oh. Only hit on 4s though. 1, 2, 3. Don't have lethal hits or anything like that. 5s and 6s to wound. Nothing. Oh well.
Nothing.
Never mind.
We'll start with a flail into the Demon Prince. Let's do it.
Yep. Hitting him on freeze, and I've got lethal hit and sustained hit. So that's a lethal hit, and that one becomes the sustained hit, yeah.
Yep.
And then these are strength 5, so 5s.
Yep. Ooh, maybe I shouldn't have charged.
That is 5 minus 1 damage 2.
Nasty. He isn't toughness 10, is he?
Is he 2 plus armor save?
Oh, he is toughness 10. So there've only been 6s going through there.
No, you're not toughness, you're fighting Death Guard.
Oh, of course. 2 plus armor save, yeah. So how many is that?
It's 5 free ups you've got.
5 free ups.
Ooh, 6 damage off the Demon Prince.
That is pretty nasty. It's coming in.
Free bubotic blades.
Could have been a mistake from the... Oh, I think this was a mistake.
So that's 2 lethals, then 2 sustained. They go back. Oh, that goes over there. These are going to be on strength 5, so 5s again.
Yep.
So just 3 more, but these ones are -2.
So 3 4-ups.
Yep. It's another 4 damage off him.
And that'd be him dead.
All right, nice.
That is, well, that's something for you, Rich, because it's been a pretty natty turn, hasn't it?
Yeah, I feel much better now.
That is the worst possible thing that could have happened with that Demon Prince. So he died and then used a strat to move an extra 3 consolidations. So
yeah, there's a stratagem for a 6-inch consolidation in this detachment, so they've leapt onto they couldn't quite, they were like half an inch out from the rubrics.
Yeah.
But if you can't reach a unit, you can go to an objective, so obviously they've just stomped into the centre. The other reason why was because you flamed this unit and give them really slow movement, so they're going to really struggle going this way. So instead, this unit can go that way instead, and then they will step onto the altar instead. Yeah. So they sort of go past each other.
Exactly.
You go this way, I go that way.
Yeah. So that's happened. Now we just need Fest to fight the Vortex Beast.
Yeah, with his great Plague Scythe.
Let's do it. 6
attacks, hitting on 2s. He's got lethal hits and he's got devastating wounds. He gets no lethals. Well, you know what? I'm not too mad because I'd like to roll 5 6s now.
Yes.
No, but he's just caused 4 mortal wounds straight away, and then the rest of them did nothing. So there you go, just 5 feel no pains. 4 feel no pains.
So he takes 3 wounds. Nice.
Down to 9.
Can't grumble at that. Can't grumble at that. So I honestly think you're still in the game, funnily enough.
Yeah, well, I've got my Death Shroud to come as well.
Exactly. So you've got a big hit back. Let's do a quick end of turn roundup. So secure no man's land, I do get, and display of might, I do get as well. Putting me on 9 points there, going into Death Guard turn 2. Death Guard turn 2, the orders have been received, no prisoners, so kill units, you get 2 points per unit. And then display of might, he has to have more units in no man's land than I do. So for some reason there's a battle for no man's land here, which is
there's a temple, isn't it?
Just about to say, which is exactly where the temple is. So it makes sense. He did draw colour horde, but can't actually score that because it's 13 plus models. I think last time I played it, I did 13 plus wounds in a unit. I'm sure I did. So that's actually 13 plus models in a unit. So I don't have any.
It goes back into getting discarded every time.
Yep. So Richard, what have you done, mate?
Typhus is moving up to come try and get this objective. The Poxwalkers are battle shocked in here. I need to put a token on them. Like I say, the Terminators are doing the thing. The slow boys are going that way. The slightly faster boys are going that way. Blight, you're not. What are you? Plague Best Crawler. That's it. He's moved up. The Death Shroud Terminators have dropped in 6 inches away from everybody with this who are afflicted, which are most people now. They've dropped in, so they've got a 6-inch charge. My Land Raider moved up, disgorged the 5-man Plague Marine squad who got overwatched by that
Rubric.
Cheesy-as Flamer from the Infernal Master, and my Lord of Virulence has moved up towards the Vortex Beast.
Yeah, so the ranks have been reinforced with more Terminators, and the Death Guard are definitely still in this game. Let's get to that shooting phase. So, what's this guy called again, Rich?
Lord of Virulence has picked for his Blight Bombardment sort of rule. He's picked the Infernal Master's unit of rubrics for the reroll ones to hit for my army, or blasts reroll all hits.
Yes.
That's what's happened to start the shooting phase, and then Lord Typhus is launching his bees at the Hellbrute.
Yep.
We don't want him here, so have some bees. 5 bees. Well, we'll see what it'll be. It'll be D6 mortal wounds, yeah?
Yep. Go for it.
2 mortal wounds on the Hellbrute.
2 mortal wounds, he's down to 4 wounds remaining. So, this Terminator squad, is this the slow lads?
They're the slow boys, yeah.
So, what are you putting into what, sorry?
The Reaper autocannon is actually turning and shooting at the Hellbrute, trying to chip some more wounds off it as it goes past, and then the Spewer and the Blight Launcher are going to just go for the rubrics that are on the centre altar.
Sounds good.
So I'll do the Reaper to start off. It's going to be -1 to hit because shooting into combat. 2 hits, 2 6s, please. No, but that's 1 wound, -1, but you're already -1 save, so -2 essentially.
Yep, so it'll be a 4 up.
Yep. Yes, take chips a wound off it. Wait.
Nice. Spewing out.
Yeah, spew all over you. Only 1 hit. But can I kill that injured plague rubric? You'd be on a 5 up, I think.
Be a 5 up save with it?
Yeah.
He saves it.
The Blight Launcher gets 3 shots because D3 blast. 2 hits. 1 wound. Wait, no, I'm talking rubbish.
Yep,
nothing.
Cool. Next unit of Terminators, the Reaper into the Hellbrute, and the Spewer and all the rest into this unit of rubrics.
Yeah, so right? Yeah, the Reaper into the Hellbrute gets 3 hits because he rolled a 6. Another 6 would be great because the spawner damage 2. No, it's 1 wound though, but you're going to be -2 again.
So 4 up.
Nearly.
Right.
Nearly. The Spewer into the rubrics. 5 hits from the Spewer. 2s to wound. Yeah. All of them, so that's 5, -1, but you're afflicted now, so you're -2.
And then I get +1 to my save because you damage 1.
Yes.
So
you're on 4s.
So we're on 4s, yeah. Sorry, there's a lot of stuff going on here.
So Melter, rubric, then the Blight Launcher gets 4 shots. And completely misses.
Nice. So we have a Plague Burst Crawler.
Split and fire, it always works.
Exactly. It's Royal Volley Gun and its Sentry Cannons into the Hellbrute, and its Mortar into the Infernal Masters unit.
Yeah, so 2 Entropy Cannons into the Hellbrute. Will I regret doing this? Probably. Oh no, that's a lethal hit and a hit.
Oh, nasty.
3 plus to wound with that one. Yeah, that's 2 -3. So it's still going to be -3 because of obviously your armor save reduced. So
yeah, so it's 5 ups.
Yeah.
1 saves, 1 goes through.
D6 +1, I believe. It's dead.
Oh, it's dead. See if he blows up. No, it
doesn't.
Hellbrute.
Hellbrute is dealt.
The Mortar now going up in order
Die.
into the Infernal Masters unit.
Die.
Let's do it.
Yep, so that's going to be so it's 4 plus 5, 9 shots.
9 shots.
Hitting on freeze with rerolls.
Just one.
Nice. Full house. Wounding on 2s. That's 6 at -1.
Oh,
and obviously your armor saves reduced by 1.
No, some are in cover.
So basically on 4s, aren't you?
Yep. 4 ups. Oh, one drop one.
So 3 rubrics are dead.
Yeah, 3 rubrics bite the...
And then I've got to roll...
So the mortar did your mortal wound thing, actually didn't do anything to any of the units around it?
No, it was a dud shell. Well, I killed a bunch of rubrics.
That. So next bit of shooting?
Yeah, we've got a bunch of flamethrowers coming through from the wrist gauntlets and the crazy thingamajig he's got. Yep. He'll pick, because he's got it's pretty much an anti-2 wound, so he'll go for the rubrics. Yep. So he's got D6 auto hits.
Let's do it.
6 hits, beautiful.
He's angry.
2s. So that's 4 at -2, and your armor save's reduced by 1 already, so it ignores cover.
What's
so you're
the damage on this?
2.
So it'll be 5 ups.
6s.
Well, 5 up invuns.
All right, okay.
So 1 save.
3 more rubrics go down.
Oh, nasty. 4 plague spurt gauntlets into the Marines. He's getting absolutely blasted.
Little fart cannons. Wet fart.
Oh,
it was a wet fart.
That was a wet fart. These are anti-infantry 4 plus. It's going to be pretty nasty.
Yeah. Oof.
Oh, no. And of course, this is only turn 2, so the rubrics actually wouldn't be in contagion range. But if you just shot him with a plague marine, he just has to hit and they are in contagion range. So obviously, we're just saying he would have done that first. He did roll for it and he did hit.
Yeah, the game's been going on so long, I thought it was beyond turn 2.
So let's get back to what we were doing. So how many go through there, mate?
That is, I don't know what I've said it like, that is 13 armor saves. So
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Obviously you get +1 save against,
yep.
But I'm reducing you, so it just cancels back out, so you're just on
3 ups.
3 ups, yeah.
3 ups, and these ignore cover, right?
Yeah, I believe so, mate.
So 3 ups, so 1 dead and 1 on 1 wound. So this unit of Terminators are going into this unit of Scarab Cult Terminators.
Yeah, so the 2 Plague Spewers. It's 7 hits. It's Nurgle's number, you're doomed. 2s to wound, re-rolling. That's -1, your armor saves reduced by 1.
And that's 7, yeah?
7, yeah.
It's reduced by 1, but then I get +1 because it's 1 damage, right?
Yeah, so your armor saves reduced, then I got +3. So essentially you're on freeze, I think.
And it's ignoring cover, is it?
Yeah, the flamers, yeah.
Yep, so -1, yeah, so it should be freeze, I think. I mean...
Beautiful.
Yeah. So 4 go through.
Yeah.
So 1 dead, 1 on 2 wounds.
Then the Reaper.
Then this is the Reaper.
Yeah, 2 hits. That's no wounds.
Have you been doing -1 to wound here as well?
Yeah, I have been doing... Oh wait, -1 to wound? Don't know, we'll check. Yeah. We'll do it now though. That's 2 wounds off a Reaper.
Right.
2 free ups.
2 free ups. Yep, so that would be 2 dead. I'll just double check. Of course, they're anti-infantry, so it doesn't matter about the -1 to wound. But that's was that 3 Terminators dead or 2?
I think only 2.
Yeah, but still, that's nasty. We have a Land Raider. It's putting 4 last cannons into the Terminators. Then 3 Terminators left there.
Yeah.
It's putting its anti-infantry into the rubrics behind them. So you're getting rid of that big blob that was there in the middle.
Yeah, so the heavy bolters into the rubrics. That's 2 hits. Oh, don't I re-roll 1s to hit? I do, because they are the target of my thingamajig. Yeah, so it's 3 hits. Wounding, that's twin linked, so roll again. No, so that's 2. It'd be, essentially, you'd be on a 4 up.
4. You're just taking your word for this, Rich.
Yeah. It's complicated, but yeah, one of them got popped by a heavy bolter, then I've got a combi weapon. Hit once. Didn't do a dev wound or anything like that. Did I roll a 1 there? I think I did. It doesn't matter. The Havoc Launcher. 3 shots. Rerolls all blast weapons, still missed, of course. 1 armor save.
1 armor save.
Yay!
So 1 takes a wound. 1 dead, 1 takes. Just the las cannons, and then it's the charge phase.
Yeah, so 4 las cannons into the Terminator's face. Only 2. No, that was the against the rubrics.
Both do wound though.
Yeah, both do wound. Invuns.
4. What is this?
So,
it's like a cursed unit.
So the sorcerer dies, and then the other one is also dead.
So it just leaves the Terminator Lord left.
Yes.
Lots of charging going on. Do you want to just roll?
Yeah, well, we just want to make sure this one works. A 6-inch charge. I've got a CP.
Yep.
Yeah, they're into the sorcerer. I've got a little -2 charge here for your afflicted unit Terminators. Yeah, they've made that. Then this squad going for these. Yeah, they're in.
Yep.
Then Typhus over there.
Going for
We're not sure what it is, but I've rolled a 10 anyway.
Definitely gets them in.
And I think the spawn after charge, they're in.
Yeah. So everything's in basically.
I made all my charges, hooray! And I've got a CP for a strat.
Lovely. Well, starting with this combat, the Death Guard well and truly have taken this battlefield here. So what are you starting with hitting this Typhus?
We'll do Typhus for hitting the Typhus hitting the Rhino. He's just using his big Mordy with all his attacks. I think he's strength 9.
So it'll be 4s.
Fours.
It'll be freeze.
Freeze. I'll have to check now because I've rolled loads of freeze.
Yep.
Hold on. It's 2 plus your armor saves reduced.
That is 6 saves, AP -2, armor saves reduced, so 6 ups. He does save 3.
9 damage.
9 damage, so he's left on 2 wounds or 1 wound.
1 wound remaining.
So it's just nicely softened up for the
Poxwalkers to poke it.
Poxwalkers to get the kill.
We roll these dice before Sam's fart gets to us. Poxwalkers with the stinky fingers. That's 3 so far.
3.
You want to just roll your dice, mate, see if you fill in the first ones? Yeah, they got it.
See if it blows up.
No.
Doesn't it implode? So the Blight Lord Terminators have smashed into this unit of Rubric Marines. These are not going to enjoy this one little bit. Now this combat's settled, the Exalted Sorcerer on disc is on 2 wounds remaining. Now, of this unit, I will remember that these are the 4-pin one now, because I did forget that. But I don't think these are destined for this world. So this combat, we have a Sorcerer left and the Sorcerer Sergeant as well. So that 4-pin one kept them alive there. And now we have this combat against the Terminator Lord. After this combat, we have a dead Terminator Lord, and they've consolidated into the Infernal Maahes unit.
I'm sick of that flamethrower he's got.
So we'll just go to this. And I think I'll get this one on camera because this might be an interesting one.
The Plague Marine unit champion. He hit once, and he wounded. So that's essentially 3.
-3, yeah?
Yeah.
So it'll just be his 5-up invuln.
Yep. Yeah, 2 damage.
2 5-ups. Saves
1 damage, he punches its ass.
7 wounds remaining.
Yep. The weapons from the Terminators, the Blight Lord Terminators, blighted weapons, I think they're called. So 6 attacks from them. So that's a lethal and 3 hits. These are wounded on 5s and 6s. Nah, just 1, essentially -3 again.
So 5-up.
Hey. Then we've got my Lord of Virulence. Oh, that's 2 lethals already, then 2 hits. Strength 8, what's your toughness?
That's 10.
It goes down to 9. Yeah, so you're all right.
Yep.
So you've got 2 saves.
2 5-ups.
2 damage.
5-ups again. Yep, takes 2
It's
more.
down to 5 wounds remaining.
And is that all them?
Yep.
So I'll definitely be attacking Fest back.
Yes, 100%.
And then we'll...
Are you going to go for the big strike this time?
Yeah,
So
let's
I'm
just
gonna go...
carry on rolling, eh? That's 5, that's 10, and that's 15. Oh. See if we can actually take him out this time. I have 5 more after this. There's the other 5.
Is this all at the fest? You had a hit there that you knocked over.
And then, yeah, it's all at the Fest. All at the Fest. I'll tell you what, a lot of misses there. A lot of misses.
Fest? Can you do it? I've got a CP as well. I've got a CP reroll here.
Right, you've got 6 saves of 3 up.
6 free up,
I
ladies and
two
gentlemen.
of these, ideally.
Ah, yeah.
And I do.
Ah, Fest goes down.
So I do take Fest down, which is nice. I think I'll do these other attacks off camera into these Terminator units and I'll get back to you. So after all these attacks, he killed a Terminator. They didn't do anything. He actually, the Infernal Master got, was it 5 or 6 wounds?
5 wounds he got through.
But you made them all but 1, so I knocked 1 onto 2 wounds, they have 4 wounds each.
Death Shadow Terminators have a better stat line than most heroes in most armies.
Yeah, it's not bad going, that like. Not bad going, them lads. But that is turn, that was horrific.
Oh, you haven't done your... Oh, yeah, you have.
I have. So I'll try to do an end of the turn roundup, and we'll see what's what. End of Death Guard turn 2. Turn 2, Richard.
Yeah, and it's already past 4 o'clock.
Yeah. So no prisoners, you get for 5 points. Display of Might, you get for 4 points. Big 9 points. Going into Thousand Suns turn 3. Thousand Suns turn 3. Overwhelming Force. So kill units off objectives, get 3 points for a maximum of 5. behind enemy lines, getting behind Richard's lines, which there was a little Zangor there that came up at the end of Richard's turn and just flew all the way behind here, getting me behind enemy lines. Then the Predators moved back a bit just to get out of dodge. He's going to line his las cannons up and shoot them Terminators probably. Araman's unit is conga line forward. Going to try and get in range with some Terminators. These lads, same again. He fell back in Richard Overwatch with all his flamers, and the 2 rubrics in the unit died. But before that happened, I used a strat so they could fall back and shoot. Then this unit got battle shocked, fell back into the Rhino, and that's flew off. And I rolled the dice and they all survived. He there passes battle shock and he's flew into the Rhino as well, the sorcerer on disc. This whatever it's called is Vortex Beast is moved here, so he's out of combat, but he can do his mortal wound thing, and these Terminators have moved forward to do some damage, so should be able to put out some hurt now. I just don't think I'm going to get rich on the primary game, but let's do the Vortex Beast mortal wounds. I'll do that off cam. So the Vortex Beast killed a Terminator there, didn't do out to the tank, killed the Plague Marine who was on his own here, and put these down, one of them on down at the 1 wound. So yeah, let's do some shooting. Casting powers, this guy is going to try and move this Flamer unit, try and get a few more in range. 5, that doesn't go off, sadly. What was that, 3 and a 2? I'm not sure I channel the warp. Let's just do it at this point. I need a 6 for this to go off. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's just a flat 6-inch movement, which is nice. Then I'll have a think and get back to you. So Zangor Shaman is going to reroll hits on the Death Shroud unit. So rerolling hits, I need a 5 for this to go off. 3.
There it is.
There it is. Let's channel this warp then. Yep, so I do get that. I reroll hits of 1 with that. Then,
so now that you've done that, are you allowed to try it again and get the better version, or is that it?
Don't think you can, no. I'd guess.
Okay.
Araman is going to try and do the AP on that Death Shroud unit as well.
Please no.
So we want a 9 for this, but he gets +1. So I'm actually going to channel the warp here in try and get the extra. Actually, I don't think it'll matter.
They've got a 4+ in one, haven't they?
Yeah. So I'm basically just trying to get that cover off here, so it doesn't matter with that. And then I've got a Doom Bolt. So this sorcerer left over here is going to Doom Bolt into. I think I'll just put it into. I'm actually going to put it through into this unit here.
Okay. I'm
not putting it into this Death Shroud unit. So let's do it. Doom Bolt. It doesn't go off. Shall I channel the warp? I definitely will take mortal wounds if I do, so I won't bother. So let's do some shooting. Start with the Predator. The only real target is that unit in the middle I'll be shooting. So this unit of Death Shroud here. So 2 last cannon shots hitting on 3s. 4s hitting on 4s, of course.
Oh, double 6.
Wounding on 3s. Just 1 wound.
Yeah, 4+. Mm-hmm. Gets through.
D6 +1.
Yeah, back to Terminator.
It was 1 on 1 wound death. And then we've got the other last cannon on top. Misses. Unit into the Death Shroud. So I'll start off with Araman himself. Would that be a stupid idea because there's 1 on 1 wound, so let's start off with the Flamers first. I'll tell you what, psychic attack from that sorcerer on his own, this geezer here, the sergeant guy. So 3 shots, hitting on 4s, but re-rolling 1s. Is that right? I didn't get the full re-roll.
They didn't get the full re-rolls, you only re-roll 1s.
So 2 hits, and then we are looking for 4s, anti-infantry 4. So that's 2 mortal wounds, mate.
All right, yeah, so you bag a Death Shroud.
Yes. And put 1 on 2 wounds, is it?
3.
3 wounds. So let's do Araman's now. So D6 +1, that's 4. This is hitting on 3s now. So that is 3 hits. Is this right? How am I doing here? Hitting on 3s, yes, because of the -1. It's a strength 6, so it'll be 5 and 6s. Just 1, at -3 technically now.
Yeah, gets through.
D3, 2 damage.
Yep.
So gets that 1. No, it doesn't get that 1, he's on 3 wounds. And then we've got 4 Flamers. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. The flamers wounding on 5s and 6s. Rerolling these ones. No, so you just have 2 saves there, -1.
Okay.
Of course. Oh, minus.
Yeah, you get that. You bag that injured Death Shroud, so there's only 1 left.
Yep. So the Terminators are going to put everything into these 2. Death Shroud left, just try and finish them off. So I was thinking about putting the missiles into the tank, but let's just put everything into them Terminators. No, my luck, I'll get unlucky. So I'll do the missiles first. They're both in full wounds, yeah?
Yep.
So I'll do 1 of the missiles, hitting on, not that, but rerolling 1s. Not that. So the next missile, just 1 hit. It doesn't wound.
Why'd you roll them separately?
Just because they're 3 damage, so I could have done a bolter after, and took out one of you.
Oh, you cheesy sod. Have you seen this?
Well, you know how it is when you're at this stage of the battle. I need to do everything I can. This is the Sorcerer.
Yep.
So 1 hits.
You reroll 1s.
Reroll 1s, thanks for keeping me right. 1 hits, and then doesn't wound. Then I'll get some Soul Reapers ready. 2 seconds. Reapers going in. Oh.
Ooh, good job you reroll 1s, mate.
What is going on with this rolling? I mean, at this stage, Rich,
well, you got a hit.
I got
2
1.
hits. Are they not sustained hits?
Not sustained.
All right.
It does wound. Just in 4-pin Vun.
I can't make saves though.
But mate, come on, that is pretty pathetic. That you do 2 bolters. Can these do any better? Let's see. I mean, it doesn't look great. Wounded on 5s and 6s. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
I did all my reroll 1s to hit as well.
I could actually make a 4+ invulnerable save. This might go alright.
Sure you can then.
I did. So Death Shroud on 2 wounds.
Yep. Infernal Master going into this unit so he could fall back, shoot and charge. So 2d6 with his flamer. Only 5. Absolute pathetic. Absolute pathetic. Wounds on 5s and 6s. He does 1.
Yeah, 4.
I can change one of them with 6 as well, so I'll just do 2.
Well, how often can you do that? Every player turn, is it?
Yes.
It's not every phase or something, is it?
No.
Also, I've got 2 4-ups to make, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, make them both.
Of course you do. See if I hurt myself. Of course I do.
Hey!
3 mortal wounds off him. I mean, this is when Zinch has left the battlefield. He saw what you did in your turn and thought, you know what? This has got nothing to do with me. I'll leave.
I need to change my ways.
Yeah. So I think he's left on 1 wound remaining now.
Cool.
All the bows are just going to go at the same unit. I might as well use the precision. I'll tell you what. I'll use the Shaman first. So D6 shots, 5 shots. So strength 9. So 3s. You got 3 saves on your invuln.
Right. Okay.
Oh, rerolling 1s.
No. You remembered the stealth as well, yeah?
No, but. So, sorry, it would have been hitting on 2, so it is hitting on 3. So I actually had it right from my own mistake.
All right, okay, so let's have 3 saves on the squad, yeah? Mm-hmm. 4s, is it? You're on me and Vun?
On your invuln,
yeah.
Because of the -2 AP.
Yeah, make 1 fail. Oh, sorry, make 2 fail 1. What's the damage?
Just 1 damage.
All right, he's down to 1 on the Death Shroud.
I mean, my bows. So he's got feel no pain, does he?
While he's attached to a squad of Death Shroud,
so
yeah.
Let's just go for the, I won't bother using the precision with these.
Well, they're just going to go into him anyway,
3,
aren't they?
5, 6. Oh, yeah, exactly. So, but I'll use the bows, hitting on 4s. So 3 because of the Shaman, 4s because of the minus. Rerolling 1s. No. And no lethals
3 in there.
3 in there.
Yeah, strength for them.
5, so 5 and 6s.
They're all right, these bow lads.
Do you know, against Death Guard, they're not fantastic, but you can imagine what these could be like against like Marines.
Yeah, so the shot against the Death Shroud.
Yep.
He tanks it. Get in the way, lad. Then he dies.
2 on the last lad.
And then 2 saves for my Lord of Contagion, Damien. Yeah, he's all right.
He's all right. So
he would have been. I didn't even bother rolling because if that was your last bit of shooting, he would have just. His enhancement means he gets all his wounds back.
Oh, nice. I like it. So the bolt from the Rhino might as well go into the. I mean, not that it's going to do amazing damage. Let's just put it into these in the middle. I'll usually do this off cam, but I've got the camera ready. I've got the dice ready. So 3 hits, 1 wound, -2.
On who?
You're in cover. These lads in the middle.
Oh.
So 3 up.
Yeah, right.
He's all right. The thingy, my bob, 1 shot. Hits, doesn't work. So that is the everything shot. I could have done with that gun a little bit better, but I'll do some charging and we'll see what's what. So the Terminators are all in and they're going to try and slap these Death Shroud Terminators. So
they're not Death Shroud, they're Blight Lord Terminators.
Blight Lords.
They're easier to kill.
Yeah, well, we'll see. So hitting on freeze. So that's some good rolling so far.
Oof.
Then we've got wounding on 5 and 6s. These are strength 5.
Need bigger hands, Sam.
Yeah, I do. I've got little puny girl hands. 5 and 6s. This is usually the bit where I struggle.
5 hits through,
6 through there.
6, yeah?
Yes.
So it's going to be 6 4-ups, probably just kill the squad.
6 4-ups.
So if I fail the damage 2 as well? Yeah, so I need to pass all these.
But
I do not, the squad's dead.
Squad is dead, and then obviously they're just in with your tank.
No, that's the first time he's died.
Is it?
Yeah.
I like it. Then it'll just be your attack back with a tank, and then that'll be turn there.
Because I normally sit him in a 10-man block, that's scarier.
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't do that today. Behind enemy lines, I get for 3 points, and then overwhelming force, I get for the 5 points. So 8 points, but I think Richard's next turn is going to be pretty lethal. It might knock me out of the game, but I've still got some assets, so let's see. So the orders are being received for Death Guard turn 3. Engage at all fronts, so get quarters. You can actually score 2 now, which is pretty cool. You get 1 VP for it, but Richard has went for the big 4. Bring it down, kill a monster or vehicle. I've got loads of monsters and vehicles on the battlefield, so yeah, this should be a good one. What have you done, Rich?
Yeah, interestingly, I think possibly at the end of this turn, if I do all right, you might be able to get a challenger card as well.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So that should be
that should be
good.
Cool. But yeah, basically, I've sent the spawn round 1 for engaging all fronts, 2 to go and annoy the predator.
Yeah.
Typhus is doing a conga line with his poxwalkers. They're just having a good time. It's like a Beetlejuice movie over there with them lot. Hey, bees! Hey, bees! Bees! You know what I mean? He's just going along, he's having a good time.
Yeah.
He knows he'll be all right.
That's it.
The Terminator's in, move to the edge of the altar, that's going to shoot and be annoying. These lads are going for the rubrics. Damien is going for whoever fancies a go. Yeah. You want some? I'll give it to you.
I was thinking about doing some Overwatch on him, but
just get back up on a 2 is the problem.
I forgot to mention, sorry, as well, when these fell back. Oh yeah, I did mention actually, you Overwatch and kill all the rubrics.
I killed the rubrics
off. Ignore me.
The Land Raider's obviously stuck in combat. He didn't want to move for fear of getting Overwatch, so he's just going to squirt all over this big monster.
I'll keep it PG, Rich.
Yeah, keep it PG, yeah.
And then
that's basically it. So
this is just shuffled around.
Yeah, that's a shuffle, just get line of sight just in case, see what happens with the Vortex Beast. I would like the Vortex Beast to not exist anymore, that would be great.
Yeah, so yeah, let's do some shooting.
Blight Spawn's going to squirt his hose all over this big beast. 2 hits, oh well, nice one. 5s and 6s. Oh, he didn't. So -3 in fact.
-3, gets the cover from that wall.
It's
torrent, so it ignores it. So -3, it's just a 5 up in one.
Oh, yeah, 2 damage. 2 damage.
5 ups. I do get 1, so he takes a wound.
So he's down to 4.
Down to 4. Plague Burst Crawler, the Entropy Cannons, and the Rot Hill Volley into the Vortex Beast, and then the Mortar is up and over into the Zangors and Discs.
Yeah, sick of you. Get back to Age of Sigmar.
No, I don't want them to die.
The Entropy Cannons into the Vortex Beast. It's a lethal hit.
Nice.
-3 plus the
5 up in one.
Yeah,
goes through, of course.
D6 plus 1. It's dead.
Right,
oh, wait, sorry, that's 6 damage.
Cheeky little thing.
It's dead. Does it explode? It must explode, right?
It definitely explodes. Vortex.
Oh, it blew up like a vortex.
Right, let's have a look what this does. I'll get back. D6 damage on my Terminators and the Land Raider. My Terminators
get 6.
So I meant you roll for your Land Raider, I'll roll for my Terminator. So 2 Terminators die. The Land Raider, a 4. That's not very good. And for the Mortar, onto the Zangors' heads. Well, lads, can you survive
D6
it?
plus 4. 7 shots. Nurgle's number. Hitting on 4s. That's a lethal and 3 hits. Plus 2 more. So there'd be no minuses on that because you get your...
How many is that, sorry?
Oh, wait, sorry. You got -1 because we've been contagious. So it would be 3 in total.
3 in total. So these would be 5 up in runs.
Yep. Damage 2 a pop, so...
Kills 3 of them.
Record the fallout, because obviously I could catch this guy. They're all afflicted, so roll for the Infernal Master on a 5 or 6. He's dead. He's dead.
Oh,
the Infernal Master dies.
Absolutely.
The actual Zangors themselves, they take D3 mortal wounds. 1 mortal wound on them. The Ahriman's unit, no, and then the Rhino takes D3 mortal wounds.
Takes 2.
2 mortal wounds off that.
Nice.
Brilliant.
Of course, we've got the bees.
Yeah, what's more powerful? A 10,000-year-old sorcerer. Awesome bees. Bees, apparently.
That's Ahriman's unit.
Oh, he's just got 1 really angry bee today. Never mind.
6 wounds. Ooh, just put one in. Yeah, sweet. Next up, we have this Terminator unit.
I'm going to put the Spewer into the Rubrics and the Reaper into the Rhino. Mm-hmm. So the Spewer into the Rubrics. Whoa, 4.
4.
Back to the tray. Back in the studio. That's just free. -1, but it's damage 1, so you ignore that, but your armor is reduced because of the contagion thing.
Yes. So I'm on 4 ups?
Yep.
Is that free?
It was free, yeah. So that injured one who got hit by a bee, then got squirted on.
Yeah. Into the Rhino.
Fear the Reaper. Oh, fear this Reaper in particular.
Yeah, lots of stand.
Wounds on a 5 or a 6, but I want 6s. No, just 1 save, mate. -1, -2 because of contagions and stuff.
Yep, so 5 up.
Yeah, it's chipped the wound off down to 7. And I'll do the exact same thing with the other Terminator squad.
This Terminator squad in here, yeah.
Yeah, so squirt into the Rubrics. Only 1. Might injure him though. No.
He's alright.
Reaper. That was terrible. Nothing. Well done.
Sweet. Last but not least for the shooting, the Havoc shot into these Rubrics and took a wound off 1. All the rest of the guns are going point blank into this Terminator unit.
Might as well start with las cannons. Ooh. Freeze. 2 of them.
Yep.
2 invuln saves.
2 invuln saves, 2 4-ups.
So damages. Yeah, one of them's blasted.
Obliterates 1. So 1 died and 1 on 1 wound because of the heavy bolter. So
that's all charges. So I've got Damien's going to charge. He'll go for the Age of Sigmar chaps. Yeah, he's in.
Yep.
These Terminators will go for Ahriman. Yeah, they're definitely in. They're all the 10.
Yep.
They're going to sit up and watch. The Spawn will try and charge the Predator. I don't know what it is, but it looks quite far.
Yep.
They're all
Definitely
10, so they're in.
They're angry boys.
And my Land Raider is going to charge your Terminators, because how dare you kill yourself out of combat, Sam, with your tricksy Zinchian ways.
And they are in.
And I'm going to tank shock them as well.
Why not? Why not, Rich? 2 Spawn hitting the Predator.
Just shaking it.
Yeah. Both did attacks here, and nothing happened to any of them. Not a sausage. After the tank shock, it killed 2 Terminators there, because one of them was on 1 wound. And I made a terrible mistake. Obviously, I should have kept them in combat, not let them shoot me out, because then I would have still held that objective. But I think we out-OC each other here. Both contested. I'm sure Terminators are OC1, but I'll double check that, but I'm pretty certain they are. Lord of Contagion's unit against Ahriman's unit. Big boys fighting each other.
Yeah, so the Flail of Corruption. That missed twice, went back in twice. 2 lethals. This is strength 5. Your toughness is 3, so 3s. Oh no, I've got lance, so 2s. So that's 4. 4
5 up invulns, I'm guessing.
Yeah, take me -1. Your armor saves reduced by 1. So he's just killed 4.
What's the damage of this?
2.
So there's the sorcerer guy on 1 wound remaining.
Yeah.
He has 3 wounds now for some reason.
Now the bubotic weapons.
Yep.
So that's a miss, a lethal, and 1 goes back in. These wound on 2s as well. That's 3 more.
So 4 altogether.
Yeah.
So 5 up invuln.
Yeah.
He's dead. And then 3 4 Son Ahriman.
He takes 2 damage.
Takes 2 damage.
Then my Lord of Contagion steps up.
I'm sure he's got it'll be 5 wounds, I'm guessing.
I know what he's got. A scythe stuck in his forehead. He hits on 2s. Wounds on 2s.
Yep.
That's 5 invulnerable saves.
5 4-ups. Can Ahriman survive?
Oh, he stops it like a millimetre off his forehead. I do not have a scythe in my head, mate.
So at least Ahriman will get to strike back, which is pretty fun. But we'll do the rest of yours first.
My other Lord of Contagion.
Lord of Contagion into the Zangors.
He recorded.
Yeah,
he doesn't have sustained hits all lands because he's not leading the unit. He does have lethal hits though, so that's a lethal, and then 3 hits, and then I assume moving on 2s. He's strength 9, so that's 3 at minus a lot, so you're invulnerable saves.
3 6-ups. Was it 6 or 5 up? I can't remember now.
Let's find out.
Let's find out. Let's do it live. Let's not do it live, it'll take forever for me. 5 ups or 2 die. So the shaman is going to do a sacrificial blessing. He's going to kill his own goat. I'd never usually use this, but how funny is this, right? He gets an extra D3 attacks and strength to his psychic weapon in combat. So because I've killed my goat, let's see how better my psychic weapon gets. D3. 3. So I get 6 attacks, and this is strength, I think it's 5 usually. Yeah, so 6, 7. So strength 8, 6 attacks. How cool is that? Let's see what you can do with it. So 6 attacks, hitting on 2s. That one misses. And then we're wounding on strength 8, so it'll be freeze, yeah.
He's made his match. It's a goat on a disc.
A goat on a disc, baby. You've got 4 saves at minus 1, I believe. Yeah.
Okay, so what'd you say? 4?
4.
4 free ups. Yeah, what's the damage?
D3.
Oh, nice.
So 2D3, let's see if I can kill him. I do 4.
He's got 2 wounds remaining.
That would be funny.
And you didn't kill him in the face, he just gets all his wounds back.
Lovely, I love it. So Ahriman hitting back with his black Staff of Ahriman. Hitting on 2s. And then this is wounding on 3, strength 7. 4 saves at minus 1, mate.
4, yeah? Nice. Fail 2.
That is killed 2. 3 damage a pop.
Oh, he's some boy, isn't he?
Yeah, he's some boy, Ahriman. Don't mess about. So end of Death Guard's turn 3. Engage on all fronts for 4 points and bring it down for 2 points for killing the Vortex Beast. So solid turn by Richard. And I do get a Challenger card going into my turn. So yeah, let's see what I draw. Going into Thousand Suns, turn 4. Thousand Suns, turn 4. I got Bring It Down, and then I got Area Denial as well, which I got rid of, and I've got Sabotage now. So Bring It Down, kill a vehicle. I get, I'll get 4 points for killing the Land Raider. Sabotage, Area Denial is get rid of Richard out the centre and get one of my units in, which I wouldn't do because he's got them in there, and I have nothing that can get in the centre. Sabotage is doing action on a terrain piece. So my goat over in Richard's deployment zone is going to do that action in his terrain piece, which will get me 6 points. Then the Challenger card, I just need a unit in my opponent's deployment zone for 3 points, which I have got as well, my Zangor. So my Zangor there scoring me 9 points alone. Pretty cool, isn't it? So that is that. Movement, basically. I've just left Adrien that in combat. Just hope he can take the punch off them. He probably can't, but we'll see. The Rhinos moved up there, and these have jumped out. We're going to try and kill ourselves a Land Raider. And the Terminators have just shuffled this way a little bit. And they're going to take some shots, maybe at these, maybe take a charge, who knows. So into the Psychic phase. So Psychic phase, Ahriman's going to try and Doom Ball them 2 Terminators there. Doom Ball, 4. So that turns to a 5 of his +1. So it doesn't go off. Yeah, there's nothing I can do about that. Then we will, I tell you what, this guy's going to try and Doom Bolt them now. So the Shaman.
You can do that from in combat into another combat.
Let me double check because you make me question it now. I know you used to be able to in the index. Yep, Yeshua can Richard. So the Zangor Shaman is going to be the man of the match here. No, he isn't. Let's
boost it.
Do the warp. So it's 4, 5, 6, 7. It does go off, but it just does D3. 2 mortal wounds, 2 Terminators. And then over here, we're going to see if we can get extra AP and the reroll hit on this tank. So I'll start with the reroll hits, need a 5. Let's just boost it. So that does go off. So reroll hit rolls a 1. And then the extra AP, I need a 9. 5, 6, let's just boost it. 7, 8, but so that doesn't go off. But
someone else can try, right?
Yeah, someone else can try. I've got 1 more left. So let's try that. The extra AP, need a 9. No.
Boost it!
Let's boost it. It goes off. That's on an 11, so it doesn't get the boosted one, but I do get reroll hit rolls of 1. So let's just go straight to the shooting. There's not going to be a crazy amount here. So I'll start off with this. I'll just shoot its las cannons I'll shoot him in them Terminators in the middle, I think.
Okie dokie.
So hitting on
Fours either way you look at it. Oh, he's some boy.
Wounded on 3s.
Oh, he's some boy.
Both wounds.
4s. Yeah, one gets through.
D6 plus 1.
Yeah. He's still alive. He's still alive.
Yeah. Then the other las cannon that's on it misses. Yeah, that's that.
It's so cool though that Terminator can get hit by like anti-tank weapons and they're still alive.
I know, yeah.
You know what I mean? How?
Yeah, it's not great, to be fair. Right, these lads are all tank shooting into this so I can get my +1 to hit and wound with my psychic stuff that came out with the tank.
Roger that.
So the tank, it'll get 8 shots. It's 2 Inferno Bolters hitting on, you're not in combat, so it's hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s. And then these are wounding on 6s. Just 1, -2.
-2, so 4 plus. Yeah, made it.
Make it. And then the Havoc, 6 shots. Got 6 in my hand. Rerolling 1s. And then wounding on 6s. Just 1 more. 2 up. You're all right.
Don't you have extra AP against that thing?
Did that go off?
Yeah, you did it on a 9.
Yeah, I did.
So was that not a fail?
AP, that would have failed, yeah. Sweet.
So down to 8.
Let's do some more shooting. Pop smoke. I'm going to start off with the flamer from this guy here. Why is my phone doing that? Turn that enhancement off. I don't know why it's turned itself on.
You can put enhancements on your phone.
It sort of just makes
How many points is that?
Yeah, this flamer here is shooting into them 3 shooting into them, and they all the psychic stuff get +1 to hit and wound. +1 to hit and wound because of the tank. So I'll start with a flamer from him.
Shenanigans.
And you've popped smoke.
Aye, I've done my own shenanigans, I've popped smoke.
Nice. So I'll start with a flamer, D6 shots, 3 shots. We are wounding on 5s. Strength 6.
It's toughness 12.
Yep, so with the +1 to wound.
Oh, right, yeah, of course, because of the rhino thing. Yeah.
And then the other one is D6 plus 1 shots, I believe. I'll just double check. So not D6 plus 1, that's Araman's. So it's just D6. Hit on 2, right on 3s now. Rerolling 1s. And then these are wounded on 5s as well. So strength 6.
Yeah, it's on a 2. Cheeky sod.
Well, he'd actually hit on 1s because I get +1 to hit. So
I pop smoke.
yeah, but so I'm hitting on 2s with +1 to hit.
All right.
So that thingies out your -1. So what did I roll there? I think that'll be an extra, I'm guessing, extra wound. So you've got 3 saves.
Yeah.
I'll just see if they're devastating. I don't think they are.
Is this from your sorcerer?
That's from the sorcerer, yeah. It is devastating. So you've got 2 go through and you've got 1 save at -4.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, 3 get through.
That's 3d3.
Okay.
That is 7.
Yeah, it's got a wound left.
Nice. And then we've got the other sorcerer hitting on 3s. So it'll be still 3s. Minus is even out. So 3 hits, and then we are wounding on
5 must be right.
Wounds on 5s, yes. So just 1,
That's
-4.
All right, need to roll 6, so it's dead. That's dead.
Actually, that'd be -5, that, but yeah.
If it explodes, that would be great.
Yep. Doesn't explode, sadly. And then we'll go to the Terminators, and they're just going to light up. I'm just going to light up these lads here.
Okie dokie.
So let's get some dice ready. Soul Reapers.
Don't forget the stealth.
So these are stealth, hitting on 4s. And then these are wounded on 5s and 6s. Yuck. Just 1, -2. You're in cover, so...
Yeah, 3 up. Yeah, you bagged that injured Terminator.
Nice. I've got some of the missile racks hitting on 4s. Just 1 hit. Then wounding on 3s. Nah, rubbish. Now with the things that I really wanted to go off. And then I've got 3 bolters, so 1, 2, 3 bolters hitting on 4s. It looks better than it is with all them 6s. 6s do nothing for this unit. And then wounding on 5 and 6s. Just 1, -2, so -1.
Yep.
Yeah, sweet. And then the sorcerer gets his power. Just 1 hit. Doesn't do out. Doesn't do out, not a sausage.
Can these 2 lads do anything point blank in combat?
I don't think they've got pistol, but I'll double check. After all the shooting, the Terminators have got an 8-inch charge into these Terminators. Let's see if they can make it.
Yeet.
Or they can on a
go.
9. So
beautiful.
They're charging, and it's just going to be the combat. I know, going to plough into this lad here. I don't know what I need, but let's roll the dice for it. 6. I don't think that's going to be enough. Richard's going to do it live.
Well, it's 6 inches from him is there. So
nice.
no, I think it's 7.
Oh, is it 7?
Yeah.
Right, so he is not in sadly. So it's just going to be this combat with the Terminators. Let's just go for it now. So I've got 4 Terminators there, and I've got 1 for Dave. 1, 2, 3, 4. So hitting on 3s. I've got nothing I can really use here to make them any better. So they're hit. And we're wounding on 5s and 6s. This is the hard bit. Just 2. Oh, 3. 3 at -2.
Yeah, 4s. You killed the last of the Blight Lord Terminators. Oh!
Steve. 1 hit. Does wound. -1.
-1 on the Lord of Contagion.
3 damage. 3. Donks him on the head with a staff.
Doesn't like that.
No. Your hit back.
I'll start with the Lord of Contagion versus Ahriman.
Yes, of course.
So, Lord of Contagion versus Ahriman. It's only 3 hits. Not good.
Survive it.
That's 3 wounds on him.
3 wounds. 3 fortune wounds.
Yeah. He's alive on a wound.
Alive on a wound.
The Flail of Corruption.
Yep.
That's miss, but lethal hit, and then it goes back in, so put a lethal over there. These wound on 3s. So that's 3 more saves for Ahriman.
3 4-ups. I need to save them all.
He's dead.
I'm going to CP that last one.
Oh, yeah,
He's still alive. He's still alive. Then I'll attack you with my Zangor Shaman, mate.
You might as well.
Shaman isn't all powered up now, so he just gets 3 attacks. For 2 hits. Oh, is he hitting on 2s? I think he's hitting on 2s.
A Shaman, a Zangor Shaman hits on a 2. What?
Well, it's a 3. Oh, he's not leading the unit, so it is a 3, sorry.
Yeah.
No wounds. Then you're attacked back on the Shaman, I guess?
Might as well attack the Shaman back, yeah. So Damien, that's all hit. 3 wounds on him.
3 wounds, and I get a 5-up injured one.
Yeah. You're dead.
I am dead. Lovely. The Lord of Contagion hitting the Terminators. Let's do
it. 4 hits. Just 2. 2 invulnerable saves.
2 4-ups.
He chops a Terminator down.
Chops the Terminator down, I like it. Just Ahriman to attack back, and then that is that. So, hitting on 2s. And then we are wounding on 3s. You've got 4 saves at -1.
He's some boy, him, isn't he?
Oh, he's some boy.
So
3 damage a pop.
so you kill off the Terminator and you half kill my Lord of Contagion.
Oh, he's smashing people over there, isn't he? That's everything. End of Thousand Suns, turn 4. Bring it down, I get for 4 points. Sabotage, I get for 6 points. But that's at the end of my opponent's turn. So I didn't realise that you can actually stop that. And I'm guessing you're going to, because you've got a Plague Burst Crawler.
It will be stopping him, yes.
But I do get 3 points. So I get 7 points altogether there. Going into Death Guard, turn 4. Death Guard, turn
5. It's 5, isn't it? Is this only turn 4? It is, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, I'm acting like it's turn 5. That's why I left the objective. Oh, well.
Yeah, turn 4. I'm sure it's turn 4. I'm hoping it is. So, mark for death, extend battle lines. Extend battle lines is get your objective in your...
It's so warm, I'm delirious.
Oh, I am. I don't know if I'll ever do a 3,000 point game again, but I tell you what, Rich, I've absolutely loved this one, mate.
Oh, it's been a banger, but it's so warm and I'm so confused.
And it's way past 4 o'clock as well. So, extend battle lines. So 4 points for if he basically all he has to do is hold one as objective, the one is deployment zone, and one in no man's land, which you
aren't doing anymore. I can't do it anymore because I thought it was turn 5.
Well, you just conga line these back in. You've got it there. Look.
Oh right, yeah, good shout, yeah.
So extend battle lines, you've got there 4 points. Mark for death. I picked 3 units, which is the Terminators, the 3 Rubiks over there, and this tank here.
Having the battle of a lifetime against
Yes.
those 2 spawn, I can't actually do anything.
Then you can pick like a secondary mark for death target now, like Richard can pick one, so he's picked Ahriman. So if he kills any of my ones that I picked, he gets 5 for. If he kills Ahriman, he gets 2 points for. So he's only on 1 wound.
I've just remembered my own spawns rules.
Have you?
Yeah.
What is it?
You've attacked them 6 times in total with that tank.
Yes.
Yeah, so you take mortal wounds on a 4. You've just took 2 mortal wounds for attacking my
that was definitely
spawn.
worth
That's actually
remembering.
That's actually better than anything they've actually achieved with their own attacks. So
Yeah.
there
so
we
he's
go.
on 9 wounds
Remember your rules, ladies and gentlemen.
So yeah, that's everything that's happening. We're getting a bit delirious at this point, so let's do.
Shall we do Bs right now?
Let's just do it now.
If I get Bs, I kill Ahriman and I score the secondary part of Mark
What
for
do you
death.
get Bs on?
A 2+.
2+. So
First, don't roll a 1. Hey, Ahriman dies to Bs.
That's pretty cool. A warlord killing a warlord. 2 legends in here. But obviously he's not dead. He just goes flying off into the warp somewhere.
With the Bs.
Yeah. First crawler shooting an entropy 2 entropy cannons and the rot hill into 1 lone Zango. Who's just chewing on that rock. And then he's shooting a mortar up and over into them 3 rubrics that are one of the mark for death targets. So where do you want to start?
So rot hail into that goat. Doesn't even know what's going
what
on.
would be fun was I could do -1 damage on them rubrics with a strat, but it's 2 CP.
3 saves for goat boy.
3 saves for goat boy. 6 up. Does he have a 6-win run?
See what you roll.
Let's see what I roll. He's dead.
He's dead.
He's dead. Then the mortar up and over.
Yeah. 7 shots. Yeah. Die. That's 6. No, I can't count 5.
5. He can see them as well, can't he?
You can see him, yeah, but you claim cover off the building. You're in contagion range. Let me check.
He definitely is, yeah.
He is of him, yeah, so you got -1. It's 4+.
4 pluses. 2
Kill 2
so far.
Oh.
So 2 die. Splat, splat.
Oh wait, I
What's
could.
the damage of this?
Wait, 2. So that kills 2 of them, right?
So 1's on 1 wound actually, because he's got 3. The sergeant.
But I've got my fallout thing.
Yep, go for it.
No, it didn't get him. Does it get that sorcerer next to them? Nope. Does it get the rhino? No.
No, lovely. But that is 1 rubric in a sergeant hurt. Charges have happened. He's just gone into the rear of that tank like an absolute coward that he is.
Yeah.
And Typhus is actually going head on into these Terminators. That's don't get much better than this. The final staging of this battle is right on this altar in the middle. I mean, that's pretty cool in that Terminator on Terminator action, baby. This charge, Typhus's unit attacking first and them Terminators. So Typhus himself first, yeah?
I've got 1 CP, haven't I?
You have got 1 CP.
I'm going to use a stratagem from this thingy-majig.
I'm just on look, see if there's anything I can use. There isn't, so let's do it.
I've got a daft stratagem to cause impact hits when I charge in. I've got 5 models in contact. 4 of them are poxwalkers, so any 5s will be a poxwalker splatting off you and causing a mortal wound. Yeah, and then 4+ for Typhus because he's a big chunky boy. No, he doesn't. So I caused him a mortal wound.
Nice. So 1 and 2 wounds, right?
Yeah.
I'll keep.
Which is a waste of time because Typhus is 3 damage, but it's a stratagem that I can do and it's pants. It reminds me of that episode of Futurama where those people made of water are trying to bust through the door. If you've seen Futurama, you know which episode I'm talking about, where they're trying to splat and it's like, hook, keep going, the veneer is peeling.
They're just splashing onto the door.
Typhus did not roll well, but he still hit 4 times. Oh, what does a 6 mean for him? Lethal, that's what it means. And then 2 more wounds, so it's 3 invulnerable saves for your squad
3,
rate.
4 ups.
He strikes down 2.
Strikes down 2, I like it. I've got 1 CP, there's nothing to use it on, that's CP 1. He said,
Hey, he only kills 1.
Typhus kills 1. Walker's now about to slap some Terminators.
Yeah. So lethal, and a hit that does nothing.
So 3 2-up saves.
Yeah, more or less. Hey.
Take a wound off 1. So the Lord smashing his scythe into the back of that rhino.
That's a lethal and 4 hits. He's strength 9, your toughness will be 8, so that's freeze. There's 2 more go through. You'd be on 6s unless you've got a 5 invulnerable save.
6s, I'm sure he hasn't.
It's dead.
I know they used to, but...
Please explode.
Does it explode?
Oh, you see that 6 there? Teasing us.
That is the rhino gone, and that does get you mark for death.
No, you never pick the rhino.
You
never pick the rhino.
Ignore me. Terminator's hitting the Lord of Contagion. I know he comes back up on a 2+, but let's try and strike him down so he can't strike me. So the Terminator's hitting on 3s. Then we are wounding on 5s and 6s, the hard part. Just 1.
Yeah. He's all right.
He's all right. And then we've got a staff, so you can donk him again. He all hits.
Beautiful.
How many wounds are you on?
No, he's fine. It's this one that you injured.
Ah, yeah. That's not very good, is it? So you've got 3 saves, though.
Is it only -1, that?
Yes.
Yeah, he takes 1.
D3. Takes 2.
Yeah, so he's got 4 left.
4 left. Then your attack's back with your Lord's Contagion, and that'll be that. Quickly did this combat again, and you just did 2 mortal wounds to me. That nothing else happened.
Yeah, they can't,
each other with
they
wet
can't get an attack through the rubbish. Now we're Lord of Contagion.
Lord of Contagion, see if you can wipe out a few Terminators.
4 hits, wounded on freeze. Oh wait, strength 9 and your toughness goes down to
4, but -1 to wound.
Oh, all right, yeah. So 3. Well, I rolled a 1 anyway. So
3 saves.
Yeah.
4 up.
Strikes another 1.
Strikes 1 down. 2 remaining there. So end of Death Guard turn 4. Extend battle lines for 4 points. Mark for death for 2, so 6 points. And denied me the 6 points here, which I can actually get rid of this now at the end of Richard's turn, which I will. Going into Thousand Suns' 5th and final turn. So Thousand Suns turn 5. Recover assets. I won't be doing that. It's doing actions, and I don't have enough units to do it. Establish Locust. I could do an action in Richard's deployment zone. I should be able to. Well, I could do that. Challenger card is I just have to destroy an enemy unit. So what my plan is, this is stayed in combat, and we're going to shoot the Lord of Contagion. Them 2 have moved forward, going to shoot the Lord of Contagion. I mean, at this stage, it's kind of just clutching at straws because I think Richard's got it in the bag, but he's fell back and he can shoot in charge. He overwatched with this horrible flamer and killed the other Terminator, so it's just him on his own now against all them.
Best of luck.
And then this guy, he's flew forward. He needs to move again with his power, and if I get over a 3, then I can do that established Locust in the shooting phase. So let's see.
To ride the winds of change.
Oh,
So we sound like old school metal.
I know it's some sort of philosopher over there. I like it. So yeah, let's do some psychic shenanigans, I guess. So we'll start with him. It's the most important one. He needs a 6. Come on, lad. 6, 7, 8.
Start hyping him up with the
Yes.
the rock song.
So I don't want to channel to get the full 6 because it's very risky. He's only on 2 wounds remaining. So let's move D6 inch. I need a 3 on this. And I get a 2. So
ride the winds of change.
he won't be doing anything. I'll probably move him closer to these and try and get some shots off over here. Then this guy's going to do a Doom Ball on the guy on 4 wounds. So Doom Ball, we need a 7. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's try and go for the big one, which goes off on a 11. It does go off.
Boy, super powered.
So D6 mortal wounds on your geezer on 4 wounds. It does 6.
Oh, beautiful.
He goes absolute full-blown demon mode.
Guilty game. He
doesn't
doesn't get
come
back up. I
back.
thought you absolutely obliterated
That's
him.
what happens when you fight on the altar of Zinch. So he's dead. He's going to move. I'll move him in a second. These 2 lads are going to put reroll hits onto him.
Altar of bees.
And they're also going to do the AP one. But I think the reroll hits is the most important, so let's start with that. Reroll hits. Does go off. Reroll hits are 1. So I'll just... what shall I do? It's too risky because they're on such low wounds. So you leave it. Reroll hits are 1. The AP one with the other sorcerer. It doesn't go off. And I won't bother channeling. Yeah, too risky.
Every time you've done that, you roll double 2.
So I can reroll hits a 1 against him. He got blasted, so let's just do some shooting. We're starting off with this sorcerer on disc over here, and he's going into this foul blight spawn here. So D6 shots with his flamer. 3. There was a 6 that winked at me. Wounded on with toughness 6.
Yes.
So 4s. There's 2 at -2, mate. Ignoring cover.
He's only on 1 wounded.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And he's dead.
Yeah. D3
Remember
damage.
he got injured earlier
I can't remember that.
when he was underneath there, so I never put a dice next to him because he was underneath us, everyone.
I'm glad you reminded me. That Terminator is just going to put shots into the Typhus unit. So he gets 4 shots. His bolter. 2 hits. Wounded on 4s. 1 wound, -2.
What's this onto the Poxwalk?
Yeah.
Alright. Poxwalkers eats it.
Nice. Them 2 lads over there are both going to shoot into this guy here.
Why did you put the lascans into him first? Lascans haven't got any other targets apart from poxwalkers.
Well, they could shoot into the back of that lad over there.
I suppose, yeah.
So I'll start with these. So the smite, 2 hits, and then let's just see if he can bring one back. He does bring one back, so at least I'll have a Soul Reaper in there as well.
All right, sweet.
So 2 hits, then we're wounding on 4s because you're infantry. So you take 2 mortal wounds, sir.
On this chap here.
Yeah.
All right, so he's nearly dead.
So then we've got Soul Reaper.
I can do it, Dev. Wounds. Gotta hit him first, like.
Yep. So 2 hits. Oh, I'm rerolling ones as well, aren't I? Can't
go.
get him. Yeah, Dev wound. Does he come back on a 2+?
Oh. No,
He
the tire don't be, you know.
He doesn't.
Yeah.
So this is going to put its last cannons into the Overlord over there. Hopefully he'll get another one if I killed him. That'd be funny, wouldn't it? So hitting on 4s, of course. 1 hits. Wounding on 3s. It does wound.
What's this?
That's the last cannons from this into the back of him.
Yeah, gets through.
D6 plus 1.
Yeah.
6.
So yeah, kills him.
Kills him. Does he come back?
I've just rolled 3 ones in a row. Can you believe it? Well, you can with me, my dice rolls.
Spawn did the best they've done so far and got this Predator down to 1 wound.
I had to roll 15 attacks to get that.
But I tell you what, they're chipping away. Or end of Thousand Sun's turn 5. I'm just going to get rid of them 2 for a CP, and I get my 3 points for my challenger card. That went a lot better than I thought it was going to. But sadly, I'm just too far behind, I think, at this stage.
It's too late in the game for me to pull out those bad dice rolls for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Could have done with that a bit earlier. But yeah, on to Richard's turn 5. Sorry, people, I forgot to plug my mic in for my turn there. I was charging things off screen, so sound might be a bit all over there, but Richard draws Recover Assets. He got rid of it for a CP. Area Denial.
Perfect.
Yeah, get me out the centre, he be in the centre. Overwhelming Force, kill units off objective. So 2 pair up really nicely. We actually just flew through Richard's last turn there. He killed him with bees, so that's Area Denial and kill unit off an objective. So that get literally just that 1 kill got you like 5,
the bees just scored me like 8 points.
Yeah. This died in combat. It was only on 1 wound remaining. This shot its entropy cannons in the Rot Hill into them and just killed that one.
It just melted him, didn't it?
And then the mortar went up and over into him and didn't hurt him. He got his invuln. So finishing the game, you get the big 15 as well. So Richard is far ahead on points. We don't know the exact score, but it'll be on screen. But well done, Richard. Let's talk about it in the outro.
Mm-hmm.
Richard.
I'm back.
What a pleasure, mate. What a pleasure.
Fantastic game, that.
Yeah, do you know what? Before the game, I thought it would biting off more than we could chew. We have 3,000 points. It might just, we might be recording all day just for a game that tilts one side. So I was a little bit worried about it. Mm-hmm. But I thought that was turned out perfect. It was thematic. It was close. We pretty much had hardly anything left on the battlefield at the end of the game. I absolutely loved it, mate.
Yeah, I think we both got to show off what our armies can do.
Yeah.
And like I said, we ended up scrapping over like a temple in the centre. And me and you both thought in certain turns, like, oh, it's looking a bit swingy, but then we kept just trading back and forth, which is what you want to see in it. And then
exactly, it's that like second turn we was talking about off cam, like where in my shooting phase, while I was doing it and just shooting, then I still had these left, still had that left. And me and Richard were a bit like, what? This is going to be a whitewashing. It's getting a bit out of hand, this. And I just thought, it's a shame that. And by the end of the shoot phase, when you hit me back in your turn too,
yeah,
I
was feeling a little bit sort of like, oh God. But then I checked myself at the end of the turn 2 shooting phase, and I looked at my army and I thought, all my Terminators are still here.
Yeah.
All my Terminators are still here, and I've got more Terminators to turn up. And then I moved and then played my card with my Terminators, and the glow up that all the Terminators have had, especially the Blight Lords, you know, the Thousand Suns couldn't really deal with them in combat, could they? So,
no, they really couldn't.
So it's a good balance in that you had better firepower, I had better staying power in combat. So.
Definitely. I think realistically that was a bad showing for the Thousand Suns. I think the main thing for my detachment is I get the +1 save to damage 1 weapons. Obviously Richard had the -1 save when I was in contagion range sort of thing.
Yeah.
So that wasn't a great showing, and you had a lot of high toughness stuff. So things like, I really wanted to use the strat where a Psyker model dies and my Rubrics can shoot back at the unit, but I'd basically be shooting back at like Terminators and that, and still wounding on 5s and 6s. And you weren't really on the mid objectives, so I couldn't make the most out of my Rubrics reroll wounds, which is where they excel.
Yeah.
So I feel like that wasn't a great showing for the Thousand Suns, but for how close it was at the end and how much was left on the battlefield, I think it pretty much turned out perfect for the viewer.
Yeah.
But I think if I want to really show them off, I'd probably want to go against pretty much a lower toughness army. So things like your normal Marines, things like that. Just stuff that's lower toughness. I think going into Death Guard or Custodies or Knights, I think they struggle a bit.
Yeah, well, it's funny that you mentioned Custodies because I said to you off camera, I am building my Death Guard army here, although I'm playing Thousand Suns. I don't know anything about Thousand Suns anyway, but what I do know about is getting beat by Custodies a lot. So my army is sort of become like a dark mirror of Custodies.
Yeah.
So I can fight them. That's what I want to do. So what the problems that you were facing against me is the problems that I face when I face Custodies. So that's, I'm trying to almost emulate a Custodies list, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think, yes, you're right, you probably would struggle against Custodies as well, this list.
Yeah, I think so as well.
They're invulnerable saves to lots of wounds on units, feel no pains and stuff like that. You may struggle.
But I'll 100% be doing more Thousand Sun games. I want to try a few of the other detachments.
Yeah.
There's like a vehicle detachment, so I'm going to probably buy a few more vehicles. You can get a Vindicator for Thousand Suns, so I might get a Vindicator, a few more of the Predators.
You got any ideas for like Thousand Sunning them up a bit?
Not necessarily. There's obviously things you can do with the Age of Sigmar stuff you can add to them, and stuff like that, which would be cool.
I've suggested that before, haven't I? Like the
spell thing.
The spells you have like a big glowy Zinchian symbol over the top of the tank or something like that. Just something a bit different, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. So I probably will. Obviously, there's things like the doors you can change on them with the Forge World, Thousand Sun doors and things like that, which I've done on one of my Rhinos. So I'll have a little think, but I think I might try the vehicle detachment. Yeah. And I'm definitely going to come back to this one as well, but just do it at 2,000 points. We should aim for in the future to do the. You're not going to say a 4,000 point game, are you? Yeah. Because we're not going any higher than a 3,000.
Hey, if you hit 4,000 subscribers, do a 4,000 point game. There you go, subscribe, make them get 4,000 subscribers, and we'll do a 4,000 point game.
Tell you what,
and literally die on camera.
You've heard it here first, so you have to do it now. 4,000 point game if I do get 4,000 subscribers.
Well, become a member, will you? So Sam can buy an aircon for his house.
This is good sales. But yeah, become a member and I'll love you forever.
Yeah, and I will also love you because he'll buy aircon for his house. Because it is absolutely sweltering. And I'm going to start doing battle reporting on those little white towel things.
Yeah, or like one of them mankinis.
Yeah, but the way around. No, but there's Mortarian's Hammer, which is the vehicle detachment for Death Guard.
All right.
And I've bought a drone and a Predator for my Death Guard so I can put more vehicles in my list, do you know what I mean? So we can do a vehicle fight, do you know what I mean?
Well, I'll tell you what, 4,000 subscribers, we'll do a 4,000 game, both using the vehicle detachments.
I didn't agree. I didn't say it. No, I didn't say it. I didn't agree to this.
Give us excuses to paint some vehicles on as well. So I'm looking forward to that one, Rich. We'll book in a week free.
What, you have like a spike in subscribers and it's like next week?
We're like airbrushing our things as fast as we can. But yeah, I love that game, mate. I really enjoyed it. Cheers for coming down and giving up a whole day because this has been a long one. And I hope you guys have enjoyed it as well because, this is the efforts we put out for you guys. We're both literally about to die here.
Yeah, it's so boring.
So if you want to become a member, of course, click the join button down below or just subscribe, like, and comment because that really helps with the algorithm, just gets the channel seen because it's still very small at the minute with 3,000 subscribers. So, if you can do all that, that'll massively be appreciated. Check out Gamemat.eu, 10% discount in the description. Check out Rogue Miniatures, 10% discount in the description for if you want a commission, you get 10% off it. And I think that's everything. Obviously, big shout out to the members as always. Big shout out to Richard in Warhammer. Go and check his channel out. Yeah, and I'll see you on the next one. See you later.